Thursday, November 20th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And hope in the city. We'll get the details on an upcoming breakfast event in support of the work done by the Salvation Army. That's in our second hour.
Plus, managing holiday debt. It's an expensive time of year, and it can be easy to charge it and worry about it later. We'll ask the experts at Allen Marshall and Associates about planning now to avoid overwhelming debt later. All that and so much more just ahead on the Thursday edition of Your Morning Atlantic.
On in 6:01. It's Thursday, November 20th. We're into the 20s of November now, so the month really is flying by. We're so glad you can join us right now. Amanda and Latavia, great to have you here.
Great to be here.
Great to see you on this fine day. I know you've got tons of news to get to.
Yes.
Latavia, we've got weather to get to. I just wanted to say, it felt extra cold to me, and I had an extra thick layer of ice on the car today.
Right? I've been talking about bringing out the gloves or the mittens. I'm like, I think it's time. It's that cold.
Well, I was thinking about you yesterday afternoon when I was out going for a walk and running some errands. I was like, Latavia did say it was going to be a little nicer today, like a little warmer.
Yeah.
And it was lovely.
It was gorgeous.
I'm usually right.
If we can have another day like yesterday today.
Yes, we are actually.
Oh, good, because I didn't run outside yesterday.
Colder.
Okay.
Yeah. Later today. You're set. Sunshine and seasonal daytime highs.
Okay, we'll take it.
Love that.
We'll take it. Yeah.
Yeah. So it's going to be quite a nice day ahead, actually. Still under this ridge of high pressure, but colder air has continued to move through this week. So that's going to be the trend early this morning. You're going to see temperatures below the freezing mark early this morning, but it will warm up a little bit later on. So can't complain, I guess.
All right. Love to hear it. Let's just see it. Ooh, that looks cold.
Oh,
I know,
like
right?
Ice. Are they starting
to get the ice already? Wow.
If they do, Mother Nature's given them an assist.
Oh, absolutely. So it's -5 in Moncton this morning, and it is a dark start to the day. You're going to be seeing sunshine as the sun begins to rise, really right across much of the region. So as of right now, -3 degrees heading outdoors in Fredericton, -1 in Charlottetown and in Sydney, -2 degrees in Halifax, -3 in Labrador City, 3 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Not really much to show you early this morning. We are going to see sunshine for parts of all 3 maritime provinces, a bit cloudier for other areas. And then for Newfoundland and Labrador, still seeing a chance of flurries, and for parts of Newfoundland, a chance of showers. Over to the wind today, it's going to remain calm and quite light throughout your day. Nothing above 26 kilometers per hour right now in North Cape, 11 in Edmundston, Moncton, and Canso. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll have a look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. Faculty at St. Mary's and Mount St. Vincent are represented by CUPE. Members at both universities walked off the job in late October and ratified contracts with their employers around the same time. CUPE says members will now be paid for prep time before a course begins and for the grading period after exams end. They also made gains in salaries and job security. Sizable crowds turned out in Halifax last night to learn more about a new proposed neighborhood.
The planning for the National Urban Park. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It will never come again.
It's technically known as the Highway 102 West Corridor Lands Special Planning Area, but in reality, it's about 255 hectares of land envisioned as a potential site for new residential and mixed-use development to support HRM's growing population. Residents have a lot of questions and ideas of their own.
Really what we're doing today is just looking to hear from the public on their vision, aspirations, and potentially concerns for the area as we embark on this planning process. We've already done some technical background work, so we have technical background studies that are informing the early stages of this planning process, but there's a lot more analysis to be done over the 18 to 24-month process.
The site is one of 4 areas identified by the province to address housing needs in the Halifax region. City officials note the decision to approve or deny the development rests with the Minister of Growth and Development. A Prince Edward Island man is facing terrorism charges, a first for Atlantic Canada. Police say he was allegedly making firearms with a 3D printer and uttering threats. The first charge alleges the man knowingly facilitated a terrorist activity, possessing and manufacturing firearms. The second relates to possession of weapons and instructions on how to make AR-15 assault rifles. 51-year-old Daniel Desmond Crowder has been charged. In New Brunswick, police in St. John have charged a man with the murder of a 41-year-old man earlier this fall. A first-degree murder charge has been laid against Mackenzie Moyer for the October 20th killing of John Robert Bashara. A police news release says Moyer is a federal inmate who was on the loose at the time of the killing, although he's behind bars again. 2 other men were arrested and charged in the same case a couple of weeks ago. One of the largest mills in Maine has stopped accepting softwood lumber from New Brunswick. Woodland Pulp is the largest employer in Washington County, just across the border from New Brunswick's Charlotte County. More than 140 workers will also be laid off temporarily, all because of uncertainty around tariffs.
We stopped softwood coming in from the province so that we could understand the dynamics around the tariff.
It's bound to have an impact on a number of private woodlot owners in that region in particular.
The mill will close later this month and won't reopen again until mid-December. A majestic and popular resident of a maritime zoo has passed away. Magnetic Hill says its 18-year-old male African lion, Azizi, has been euthanized after several years of declining health. The big cat arrived at the zoo in 2009 and has been admired by millions of visitors year over year. Officials say his partner, the female Amara, will be monitored closely now that she's by herself. The RCMP in Newfoundland and Labrador are asking drivers to be wary of moose on the move while traveling on provincial highways. The Mounties say they responded to 2 collisions Tuesday in western Newfoundland. In both cases, RCMP say the vehicles sustained extensive damages, but neither driver was injured. Finally, this is a remarkable story. A New Brunswick senior is in very good spirits after a near-death experience.
Dad, say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
On a snowy Sunday, 86-year-old Gerard LeBlanc lost control of his vehicle and crashed his car into a body of water on Route 490, that's just north of Moncton. He used a torque wrench to smash the back window and escape. And from there, he got out of the chest-deep water, climbed up the rocks, and called a passerby for help. He did all of this with broken bones in his neck and spine. His daughter says he was in good health before the crash, which likely helped.
I feel like had he not been so quick to react, it could have been a very different story, and I could have gotten a very different phone call. So it's a miracle that he got out in time.
Now, he is going to recover in hospital for another 2 to 4 weeks, but as you can see, he's looking pretty good compared to that experience. But his daughter was saying how he's very active, like he walks every day, he still works, very strong, but wow, to be able to survive and out of that experience, unbelievable. And his daughter sharing that story as well, just to say be wary when you're driving, watch out for conditions on the roads.
Maybe get one of those, invest in one of those little roadside kits too that has a little thing that smashes at the window, cuts the seatbelt. Be prepared. You know, because you don't need it till you need it.
I know.
It clearly wasn't his time.
No, no.
It's amazing he was able to save himself in that situation.
It is amazing.
Incredible. My brother-in-law is a firefighter, and he ensured that we had that in all of our vehicles, all the family members. It's something he's given us. It's right there in the front, just in case.
Given it as a gift before. I think I'm going to do that again, refresh everybody's supplies. Okay, let's move into a different story. This is very interesting and along the lines of the things we love to cover on the show. Scientists have recovered ancient molecules of RNA from a juvenile mammoth who died 40,000 years ago in Siberia. So yeah.
It's a really well-preserved mammoth. It's probably the best preserved mammoth out there.
Yeah, the finding is giving scientists insight into the last moments of the mammoth's life. It's by far the oldest RNA to be sequenced by scientists and has been preserved by the Siberian permafrost. Researchers are now using it to reveal which of the mammoth's genes were active at the time of its death. They also believe that these methods can be applied more widely. They could study the evolution of ancient viruses. There's so much can be learned from this amazing find.
So incredible.
Yeah.
Wow.
Wild.
That is wild. Glad they found it and can preserve it.
Such a tiny little guy.
Great minds. All right, still ahead. A first look at your national and international news headlines on this Thursday morning, and Latavia has her first full look at the forecast. Good morning to you in Antigonish. A quiet start to the day. Roads look very nice and clear. They're just waiting for you for the morning commute. The forecast is up next.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and happy Thursday. We're taking a live look at St. John's, Newfoundland. Early this morning, it is warm, pretty warm, considering what we're seeing across the region. 3 degrees starting off your day. Expecting a chance of some scattered showers early in the morning. Will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Weather is brought to you by the Atlantic Lottery mobile app. We are seeing cooler start to the day yet again. A lot of temperatures remaining below seasonal starting off the day. So as of right now, we're looking at -8 degrees in Edmundston, -4 starting off your day in Fredericton, -2 in Charlottetown with -1 in Sydney and Halifax, and -3 degrees in Labrador City. We're going to take a look at our forecast timeline. You can see here pretty clear skies for much of the maritime region. We will be seeing lots of sunshine throughout your day. Then for Newfoundland and Labrador, still holding on to a bit of mixed precipitation. We're looking at a chance of flurries for parts of Labrador and a chance of showers for parts of Newfoundland. Also seeing a possibility of some wet snowfall and like wet showers and or flurries. So into the afternoon, much of the same expected. A bit of cloudiness for parts of Cape Breton Island. That's still going to be leaving either mainly cloudy skies to a mix of sun and cloud. And same thing goes for Newfoundland and Labrador. Still seeing a bit of flurries and or showers. Taking us into tonight. Clear skies remain for all 3 maritime provinces into early Friday morning. It's going to be another seasonal day ahead for the most part, and lots of sunshine also going to stick around. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Mix of sun and clouds starts off the day. Clouds clear, leaving sunshine across the province. Daytime highs will range from 3 to 6 degrees and light wind expected as well. Prince Edward Island's looking at mainly sunny skies today with a high of 4 degrees. And same thing goes for Prince Edward Island. Light wind throughout your day. For Cape Breton, eastern mainland Nova Scotia, looking at highs between 4 to 7 degrees. A mix of sun and cloud throughout your day. So clouds expected to clear, leaving lots of sunshine into the afternoon. And then for the rest of Nova Scotia, highs will range from 6 to 8 degrees and sunshine throughout your day as the sun begins to rise. For Labrador City, -3 degrees today. We're looking at a chance of flurries throughout your day, and then 8 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Scattered showers start off your day, will clear into the afternoon, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. Friday's forecast, much of the same. It's another cold start to the day as temperatures drop into Thursday night. We will be seeing sunshine for the most part, but then into the afternoon, we do have a chance of showers returning for parts of Nova Scotia. And then another low will make its way over as we inch towards Saturday. Still seeing sunshine for the maritime region, but we do have some mixed precipitation across Newfoundland and Labrador. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national and international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. A Canadian ex-Olympian is facing new charges related to allegations of international drug trafficking. Both Canadian and U.S. law enforcement held a joint news conference in Washington detailing new allegations and increasing the reward for the arrest of Ryan Wedding. CTV's Mike Lecouture has more.
Ryan Wedding is a modern-day iteration of Pablo Escobar.
Law enforcement in Canada and the U.S. are calling the former Canadian Olympic snowboarder the leader of a transnational criminal enterprise. In addition to reportedly shipping truckloads of cocaine across North America, the FBI and U.S. Justice Department are now charging Ryan Wedding with 2 additional counts of witness tampering, intimidation, and money laundering.
Wedding is also accused of murdering a federal witness after he was indicted in 2024.
U.S. officials allege Wedding used semi-trucks to import 60 tons of cocaine annually into the U.S. That amount of drugs is the same weight as 40 standard cars.
He's being protected by the Sinaloa cartel, along with others in the country of Mexico.
American law enforcement has been working with the RCMP because of his links to Canada and his alleged connection to 4 murders in Ontario. It's believed his vast network includes a former Mexican law enforcement officer and money launderers from Italy and the UK.
Fugitive Ryan Wedding remains one of the top threats to Canadian public safety, and as per the previous indictment, continues to run an over $1 billion a year criminal enterprise.
While increasing the reward for his arrest to $15 million, U.S. law enforcement is asking for the public's help to find Wedding.
Please understand that he might change his hair color, his appearance, and do anything to avoid capture.
As of today, U.S. law enforcement says approximately 36 people have been indicted in connection with this case. And they warned Ryan Wedding that his days are numbered.
CTV's Mike Lecouture reporting in Ottawa. Stateside, U.S. President Donald Trump announced he's signed the bill to allow the release of files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The question remains, when can the world expect to see them, and what will actually be made public? CTV's Joy Malbin has more.
The Senate has passed the bill under unanimous consent.
For these survivors, this has been a long time coming, rejoicing after Congress voted overwhelmingly to force the Justice Department to release all its files on Jeffrey Epstein's crimes.
One of the best days of my life to feel seen, validated, and heard.
It's been 5 administrations, almost 30 years of fighting this.
It's estimated more than 1,000 girls suffered abuse, recruited into Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking ring. Once the Epstein Act becomes law, the Justice Department has 30 days to make the files public. But President Donald Trump ordered new investigations into prominent Democrats that could delay the files from being released after the Justice Department stated no new charges or investigations were warranted. So what changed?
Information that has come for information. There's information new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law to investigate any leads.
Trump demanded former President Bill Clinton and former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers be investigated, among others. Summers was close with Epstein, even asked him for romantic advice. The former Harvard professor now under investigation by the university.
Larry Summers has shown terrible judgment in his relationship with Mr. Epstein after it was publicly known about Mr. Epstein's criminal violations with underage girls.
Many survivors just want the truth to finally come out, asking the president for the complete release of all the Epstein files without delay or redactions.
CTV's Joy Malbin reporting in Washington. Prime Minister Mark Carney has arrived in the UAE, where he intends to sign a long-negotiated investment agreement. He's also expected to launch talks towards a new Canada-United Arab Emirates trade pact. An official who spoke to reporters aboard the Prime Minister's plane on background says Carney sees the Gulf as a region with a lot of partnership potential. That's because both nations have resource economies and artificial intelligence strengths. The pact would speed up commerce and assist with issues like intellectual property and labor mobility. Canada has scored a C- on Participaction's new adult report card on exercise.
Current society is based out of technology, so these technological advancements have pretty much socially engineered movement out of our daily lives.
Less than half of adults are meeting guidelines of at least 150 minutes of moderate to vigorous physical activity each week. Daily step counts have fallen behind, with just 32% meeting the recommended 7,500 steps a day. That is a drop from 49% in 2021. A quick break. When we return here on Your Morning Atlantic, we'll have your must-see moment from our colleagues over at TSN. We'll be right back after this. Please stay with us.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
didn't realize it was a November wedding.
Right? In 1947.
Yes.
Wow.
Iconic wedding for sure.
Absolutely.
All right, it's 6:25 and time to check in with our friends at TSN Sports Center for today's must-see moment.
Hi, everyone. Mark Rowe inside the Sports Center newsroom with your must-see moment from Wednesday. And for it, we're going to head to Washington. Capitals taking on the Oilers. Second period, Ryan Leonard drives to the net with Evan Bouchard all over him. He beats the Oilers' blue liner and goes back in on Stuart Skinner for the goal. That's his 4th of the season, all part of a 7-4 win for Washington. And Leonard earning your must-see moment from Wednesday. Tonight on TSN, it's Week 12 of the NFL, and it's Thursday Night Football as Josh Allen and the Bills visit the Texans. It all starts at 7 p.m. Eastern on TSN 1 and 3. That's all from the Sports Center newsroom. Have a great day.
This TSN must-see moment brought to you by J.R. Rahe's Furniture and Appliances.
Now over to your business headlines from our colleagues at BNN.
NVIDIA reported results for its third quarter, reporting revenue of $57 billion US, easily beating expectations. That's a 62% increase from revenue in the same period last year. The solid report expected to revive confidence in technology stocks, which have been dragged down by nervous investors. They worry about how the billions of dollars being spent on AI infrastructure will turn into revenue. NVIDIA's report pushed its share price up in after-hours trading. Here are the closing numbers for the day. The Canadian dollar is down to 71.13. West Texas Intermediate crude is down $1.42 to 59.25. Western Canadian Select is up to 48.05, and the TSX gained 241 points today, ending the day at 30,278. Those are your business headlines. I'm Marilla Fernandez.
Inching towards the end of the work week for New Brunswick today, lots of sunshine with a high of 4 degrees. On Friday, we are going to see some scattered flurries for the north. Other than that, sunshine across much of the province. Into the evening, showers and/or flurries return. And on Saturday, looking at 6 degrees as your daytime high and sunshine across the province. Nova Scotia is looking at sunshine today, a high of 5. On Friday, we're looking at a high of 6 degrees. We do have lots of sunshine, but isolated showers for Cape Breton Island. And then on Saturday, looking at a mix of sun and cloud with some scattered showers for parts of the province. Prince Edward Island looking at a high of 4 degrees, mainly sunny skies today. On Friday, a high of 7, seeing evening showers. And then on Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 6.
Oh my gosh, fashion plates. In this half hour of the Move Morning Chat. Today we're getting nostalgic and throwing it back to childhood. We'll tell you what we want to know coming up in 15 minutes on Your Morning Atlantic.
We bring you new content every day, but we love nostalgia.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, gosh.
As many of us do. So that's conversations coming up in the Move Morning Chat. We would love for you to send us a text at 10400 to weigh in. Thank you to everyone who's already sent us a text in the past.
No,
not yet. Just in general. But you can always just send us a text too, just to say we're the ones checking it, how you're liking the show, if there's any weather issues in your area as well.
Yeah, and weather photos.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that being said, how's the weather?
It's actually not too bad, you know, considering it is a cold start to the day.
Yeah.
Temperatures below the freezing mark early this morning. So taking a live look at Halifax, -1 early this morning, a dark start to your day. We are expecting sunshine yet again today for much of the region. So yeah, like I said, just bundle up when you are heading out. -8 degrees right now in Edmonton, -4 in Fredericton and in Moncton, -2 starting off your day in Charlottetown with -1 in Sydney, 2 degrees over in Happy Valley, Goose Bay, and 3 into St. John's, Newfoundland. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, you can see here, for the most part, pretty clear skies for the Maritime region. We'll be seeing sunshine today. We do still have a bit of mixed precipitation for parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, and seeing a chance of some showers early this morning for parts of Cape Breton Island. In terms of the wind, will remain quite light today. As of right now, nothing above 30 kilometers per hour in North Cape, 13 in Sydney and Canso, 11 into Edmonton and Moncton. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll have another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first another look at your local news with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. Faculty at St. Mary's and Mount St. Vincent are represented by CUPE. Members at both universities walked off the job in late October and ratified contracts with their employers around the same time. CUPE says members will now be paid for prep time before a course begins and for the grading period after exams end. They also made gains in salaries and job security. Sizable crowds turned out in Halifax last night to learn more about a new proposed neighborhood.
The planning for the National Urban Park. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It will never come again.
It's called the Highway 102 West Corridor Land Special Planning Area. It's about 255 hectares of land envisioned as a potential site for new residential and mixed-use development to support the city's growing population.
Really what we're doing today is just looking to hear from the public on their vision, aspirations, and potentially concerns for the area as we embark on this planning process. We've already done some technical background work, so we have technical background studies that are informing the early stages of this planning process, but there's a lot more analysis to be done over the 18 to 24-month process.
This site is one of 4 areas identified by the province to address housing needs in the Halifax region. City officials note the decision to approve or deny the development rests with the Minister of Growth and Development. RCMP in Newfoundland and Labrador are asking drivers to be wary of moose on the move while traveling on provincial highways. The Mounties say they responded to 2 collisions Tuesday in western Newfoundland. In both cases, RCMP say the vehicle sustained extensive damages, but neither driver was injured. In New Brunswick, a popular resident of a maritime zoo has passed away. Magnetic Hill says its 18-year-old male African lion, Azizi, has been euthanized after several years of declining health. The big cat arrived at the zoo in 2009 and has been admired by millions of visitors over the years. Officials say his partner, the female Amara, will be monitored closely now that she's by herself. CTV's story about a man languishing in a New Brunswick hospital for well over a year has sparked plenty of reaction. Malcolm Jones has spent more than 15 months at the St. John Regional, too sick to be on his own, but not sick enough for a nursing home bed. One MLA says it's clear the current strategy doesn't work.
I have heard from people who are in more rural hospitals, not in the regional hospitals, who were about to get into a nursing home, who've been in the hospital for a long time, who are not getting the care they need, and were suddenly bumped down the list and told, no, you're going to have to wait months at least now.
It's a very complex situation, like I said, but we're working very hard with all of partners and all of other departments to make sure that we will find a solution.
In a statement, the Department of Social Development said the average wait time for a nursing home bed in the St. John region is 125 days. Social Development Minister Cindy Miles was not made available to speak to CTV News. Finally, the Olympic Winter Games may be months away, but the countdown to compete for the right to represent Canada in Italy is on. The country's best curlers will be in Halifax for this chance, and the first draws kick off this weekend.
In curling, this is the pinnacle of what we call a quadrennial, of the 4-year cycle of teams competing all around Canada and the world, trying to do better, practicing all the time for this one event to win, to wear that maple leaf.
Yeah, it starts all on Saturday. 16 teams, 8 men's and 8 women's, are going to compete against each other over the next week and a half. The last time Halifax hosted these trials was 20 years ago.
Wow.
So it's been some time. It takes about 500 volunteers to turn the Scotiabank Centre into this massive curling rink. And this is also the first time the finals are best 2 out of 3, so it could wrap up either on November 29th or the 30th, depending on how the play goes. But a lot of excitement. I know in our family, we have our tickets.
Nice.
Yeah, we got tickets for the women's finals. So it's going to be my in-laws, my husband, my 8-year-old son, and me. We're all going to go.
Well, I know that
pumped.
You have good curlers in your family, so...
In my family, not me, my family.
I hope your seats are close to the ice so that if there's any issues, you guys could just hop in and fill in for any of the players.
Hop on the hog line, right?
Exactly. Oh my gosh. All right. Here's proof that animals appear to be getting smarter. This is fascinating video.
Oh, this is cool.
We now have evidence that wolves in British British Columbia, they're actually pulling traps out of the sea to eat the bait inside. So this is a sea wolf pulling the line on a trap to get it out of the water. The wolf then picks up the trap with its mouth, moves it to shallower water, and then proceeds to eat the bait inside. Wow. Now, researchers say they thought the traps were being damaged by marine animals, and they set up cameras to find out what was going on. The cameras also recorded a second sea wolf pulling up a crab trap in a similar way earlier this year. They think researchers believe that other wolves in the local pack may have learned from each other. So word was spreading, hey, there's food in the water. I have to just pull on that rope.
They're so smart.
Aren't they smart?
Oh, yeah. Reminds me of raccoons.
Yeah. Yeah, just, I know, genius. And shout out to the late Jane Goodall, who discovered that animals use tools.
It's so cool. Still ahead, your entertainment headlines also coming up. The Move Morning Chat. We want to know, what was your favorite childhood toy and why does it bring you so much joy? The original video game. We're going to go into those details when we return.
Good morning, Atlantic Canada, and welcome back. The time now is 6:42. Taking a live look at a very dark start to the day in Fredericton, and it's quite cold early this morning. Keep that in mind when you are heading out, -4 in your area. We are seeing cooler temperatures right across much of the region because we did see temperatures drop below the freezing mark last night, carries into early this morning. -4 degrees starting off your day in Moncton, -6 into St. John, New Brunswick, -2 degrees right now in Charlottetown, -1 in Halifax and Sydney, -3 in Labrador City, with 3 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at our forecast timeline, it's pretty clear starting off the day for much of the Maritime region. Also going to see some sunshine extend over to parts of Newfoundland, but also seeing a chance of flurries for parts of Labrador and some mixed precipitation for parts of Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, we will be seeing lots of sunshine remain. Going to take us into the evening and overnight hours, another cold night ahead. So keep that in mind if you are heading out into the overnight hours. Early Friday morning, much of the same. Another cold start to the day. Temperatures will remain seasonal for our daytime highs, and we will be seeing sunshine return as well. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Mix of sun and clouds starts off the day. That will clear, leaving sunshine right across the province. Daytime highs today of 3 to 6 degrees and light wind expected as well. Prince Edward Island looking at a high of 4 degrees, mainly sunny skies throughout your day too. And then for Cape Breton, eastern and mainland Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and cloud with daytime highs between 4 to 7 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, you'll be seeing sunshine as well, with highs between 6 to 8 degrees being the warmest into Shelburne. And then for Labrador City, we're looking at a high of -3, a chance of flurries throughout the day today. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland, and looking at showers starting off the day, clearing, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. For our forecast on Friday, as I mentioned, we will be seeing sunshine. We do have some precipitation moving into Friday afternoon. You can see here a chance of showers returns for Cape Breton Island and mainland Nova Scotia. It's just a chance of showers happening, around a 30 to 60% chance. And then for Saturday's forecast, we will be seeing a bit of sunshine as clouds continue to break down. And we do have mixed precipitation expected for Newfoundland and Labrador. That's a look at your forecast for today. We'll throw things over to the Move Morning Chat.
Welcome back. We are throwing it back for the Move Morning Chat, going back into our childhood and talking about the favorite toy that we had growing up. Aaron and Peter, we can't wait to hear what you two have to say about this.
I always think about this time of year because the holidays, and I'll never forget, I'm a 90s baby, okay? I'll never forget the year 1998 and seeing the first commercial for a Furby. I thought I was going to lose it. I was like, what is this technology that we have? Furbies came out 1998. I had to have one. And I believe it was Christmas that I got one that year. I was obsessed with it. I slept with it. It was the best thing ever. However, I quickly came to realize that they just wouldn't stop talking. And I have memories of burying it in my closet under all my clothes. I didn't know how to turn it off. It was crazy. But Furbies stand out to me as my favorite toy as a kid.
Well, coincidentally, my favorite was a tech toy too, but the tech goes back just a little bit further than Aaron's, okay? Have any of you ever played the game Pong?
Yes. Beep.
Okay.
Beep.
Oh, yes, okay. And now I know what you're talking about.
Now we know.
And then it gets going. It goes faster and faster and faster until finally you can't follow it anymore. You can't pass it back anymore. And so that one came out late 70s. And when I got that toy, I mean, that was really the first video game you had in your own home. It was so cool. Come on. It doesn't get any cooler than Pong when you're a teenager.
You must have had an Atari, Peter.
Yeah, that's what it came out on, was the Atari.
Yeah, so cool.
It was the only game it had for a while.
Oh, how things have evolved since then. So for me, again, I was born in '88, so I loved fashion plates. Erin, did you use fashion plates?
I don't know what this is.
I have
Did you
no
see where you
idea.
could put the different clothing on?
Yes, kind of. It was like drawing and stencils, but what you'd had is you had this kind of palette, and you would change these different slides of the doll. So it was the head, it was the blouse, it was the bottom, it could be skirt or pants, and the shoes. And what you would do is you would take your colored pencil crayon, whatever you want to say, and you would just color over it, and you would have the shape of the outfit that you created come to life in this beautiful image. I do love clothing, so it's no surprise that I played with this a lot as a kid. But when I think about that, I go back in time.
Oh my goodness. First I thought you were talking about the stencils that they kind of hug the paper. You know those ones?
Yeah, that's it.
Yeah. But there's the other one, the plastic one that you color, and it looked like embroidery too.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, so cool.
Loved it.
Well, for me, it's simple. In the 90s, Barbies was a big thing. I really loved the Beetle convertible Barbie car. That inspired me to actually get a Beetle convertible in my early 20s, which was amazing. And there was another one that I loved. It was a baby doll. It would actually go to the washroom. It would cry, baby born.
Yes.
And I remember I went out with my dad and we went to the ROM and he lost it and he never heard the end of it.
No.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh, you never want to lose a precious toy like that.
Absolutely not. And now we're pointing the question to our viewers. We want to know what your favorite toy was. So make sure to send us a photo if you have one as well. Text us at 10400. Remember, standard messaging and data rates apply.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. The time now is 6:51. We're going to head over to Hollywood and take a look at your entertainment headlines.
It was Lainey Wilson's big night in Nashville at country music's biggest night.
I was just so tickled to be here hosting this thing tonight. I just came into here just wanting to celebrate country music.
Not only did she host the 59th annual CMA Awards on ABC, but took home awards for Entertainer of the Year, Album of the Year, and Female Vocalist of the Year.
Mr. Vince Gill.
Vince Gill was honored with the Willie Nelson Lifetime Achievement Award.
This is amazing. I might be in the history of this award. I think it's been given to maybe 10 people, 9 or 10 people, something like that. And that list of people is astounding.
Mick Jagger made a surprise visit to his old UK grammar school in Dartford. 25 years ago, he turned it into the Mick Jagger Center to help inspire music to young people. The 82-year-old Rolling Stones frontman spent the day thanking teachers and students. The Oscars are still months away, but AARP already rolling out its nominees for the best movies of the year. Nominees for the best movie for adults, as AARP calls it, are Hamnet, A House of Dynamite, One Battle After Another, Sinners, and Train Dreams. George Clooney, Leonardo DiCaprio, Laura Dern, and Jodie Foster are all up in the acting categories. And happy birthday to Bo Derek. The model-turned-actress shot to fame in Blake Edwards' 1979 romantic comedy 10. Bo Derek turned 68 today. That's what's happening in Hollywood. Dave Packer, ABC News.
Well, in case you missed it, a fundraiser is underway to raise $10,000 in 10 days to support a free community fridge.
CTV's Emma Convey stopped by to learn more about the valuable resource so many rely on.
James Saltzman stops in at this community fridge in Dartmouth regularly. When money is tight, he counts on it to help him get by.
There's so many times that I've just popped by and looked in the fridge or the cupboard and there's something there that I know I need that I really can't afford, and it's there.
He's not the only one that relies on this service. Volunteers say both the fridge and pantry are always busy. It's stocked about 3 times a day by their team, plus community donations year-round. Once it's filled, it only lasts about an hour.
We're seeing all types of people, everything from, unhoused people or people who are underemployed or unemployed, all the way through to families that look just like you and I.
Making their annual fundraiser even more important. Their goal is to raise $10,000 in 10 days. The campaign launched Saturday and runs until November 24th.
Those grocery shops, buying essentials, milk, eggs, bread, those sorts of things that people have asked for. We use the donated funds throughout the year, but people can donate anytime.
Omar Katad drops off boxes of food from Parker Street Food and Furniture Bank every Tuesday. It's his way to give back.
When I come to Canada, a newcomer, Christine come to my home and help me for clothes, for food, for everything. And when my family got, now I help.
Other volunteers like Deanne Thistle say it's a full circle moment for her after using the fridge for 3 years.
Here, I could just come at my own pace and pick and choose and didn't have to worry about interacting with anybody. So it's just great now that I'm not on that end of the spectrum anymore, that I can just jump right in there and give back.
Last year, they surpassed $10,000. The hope is to keep that trend going this year, too. Emma Convey, CTV News, Dartmouth.
Thank you, Emma. Happening now in local news, part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. And in New Brunswick, Magnetic Hill says its 18-year-old male African lion, Zizi, has been euthanized after several years of declining health. Plus, an amazing story of survival. An 86-year-old New Brunswick man was trapped in his car in the water after it went over an embankment, but he managed to survive breaking out of the car, getting through the water, and calling down a passerby. We'll have those remarkable details coming up next in your local news headlines. But first, it's a look at the 3-day forecast with Latavia.
Thanks, Amanda. Taking a look now for today, we're looking at a high of 4 degrees with sunshine across the province. On Friday, we'll see a daytime high remain at 4, scattered flurries and into the north, and then leaving sunshine for the rest of the province. Into the evening, showers and or flurries return across the province. And then on Saturday, clearing out, leaving 6 degrees as your daytime high and sunshine yet again. For Nova Scotia, a sunny day ahead with a high of 5 degrees. On Friday, mainly sunny skies for much of the province. Looking at some isolated showers for Cape Breton Island. On Saturday, a mix of sun and clouds starts off the day, but we will be seeing scattered showers return across much of the province. Prince Edward Island looking at 4 degrees today with mainly sunny skies. 7 on Friday with sunshine throughout the day. Evening showers. On Saturday, precipitation clears out, leaving sunshine with a high of 6.
It's Thursday, November 20th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, an elderly man's miraculous story of surviving a car crash in the water. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And hope in the city. We'll learn more about an event that brings together community leaders in support of the Salvation Army and the important work they do year-round. That's in this half hour of Your Morning Atlantic.
Good morning, and thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 7 o'clock, a whole hour done, but we have so much more ahead to show you.
We do. Busy show ahead.
Oh, yes.
I was just going to say, looking forward to Suzette's coming in to give us some appetizer ideas. It means we're thinking holidays. I look forward to that.
Yum, yum, yum. And also, too, the Salvation Army joining us, too, to talk about their big lunch and their motivational speaker who will be talking as well. It's a big event that brings together community leaders. I don't know if I said lunch. It's a breakfast event. I don't know if I misspoke there. But, yeah. That's coming up in about a week and a half.
Yeah, and that kicks off their kettle campaign, which is an important fundraiser because especially this time of year, a lot of people need a little extra support. Now, one of the things that people need advice on today is how to dress. It has been chilly in the morning. I found it particularly cold this morning. I had quite a thick layer of ice I had to chip off the car.
I was just going to say, yes, frost is back on cars, so maybe allot some extra time off starting now to clean off your cars before heading out on your morning commute. It is quite cold, you're right, Crystal, across the region as of right now. Temperatures will warm up, for the most part seasonal for our daytime highs, and sunshine is on the way as well. So to take a live look at Port aux Basques, a cloudy, gloomy start to your day. 3 degrees in your area, but we are expecting some isolated showers throughout the day today, so keep that in mind when you are heading out on your commute. Maybe allot some extra time out on your commute because of the roads being wet. Over to our current temperatures, as I mentioned, a cold start to the day, bundle up. -8 degrees starting off your day in Edmonton, -6 in St. John, New Brunswick, -2 degrees in Charlottetown, with -1 in Halifax and Sydney, -4 in Labrador City, and 3 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at our satellite and radar. Going to see lots of sunshine for parts of the region, but we also have a chance of flurries for parts of Labrador and mixed precipitation for parts of Newfoundland. In terms of the wind, it's going to remain light across the region today. As of right now, nothing above 30 kilometers per hour for North Cape, 13 into Sydney and Canso, 11 into Moncton. No wind gusts to report at this time. We'll take another look at your forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. Faculty at St. Mary's and Mount St. Vincent are represented by CUPE. Members at both universities walked off the job in late October and ratified contracts with their employers around the same time. CUPE says members will now be paid for prep time before a course begins and for the grading period after exams end. They also made gains in salaries and job security. Quite a big crowd in Halifax last night to learn more about a proposed new neighborhood.
The planning for the National Urban Park. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It will never come again.
It's officially called the Highway 102 West Corridor Land Special Planning Area. It is about 255 hectares of land envisioned as a potential site for new residential and mixed-use development to support the city's growing population.
Really what we're doing today is just looking to hear from the public on their vision, aspirations, and potentially concerns for the area as we embark on this planning process. We've already done some technical background work, so we have technical background studies that are informing the early stages of this planning process, but there's a lot more analysis to be done over the 18 to 24-month process.
This site is one of 4 areas identified by the province to address housing needs in the Halifax area. City officials note the decision to approve or deny the development rests with the Minister of Growth and Development. A majestic and popular resident of a maritime zoo has passed away. Magnetic Hill says its 18-year-old male African lion, Azizi, has been euthanized after several years of declining health. The big cat arrived at the zoo in 2009 and has been admired by plenty of visitors over the years. Officials say his partner, the female Amara, will be monitored closely now that she's by herself. Our CMP in Newfoundland and Labrador are asking drivers to be wary of moose on the move while traveling on provincial highways. The Mounties say they responded to 2 collisions Tuesday in western Newfoundland. In both cases, RCMP say the vehicles sustained extensive damages, but neither driver was hurt. Finally, his family is calling it a miracle. New Brunswick senior crashed his car into a body of water in a snowstorm, but found the strength to climb out and up a rocky embankment to safety. CTV's Derek Haggett has the exclusive story.
Dad, say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone. He's in good spirits now, but Gerard LeBlanc had a near-death encounter on Sunday.
Describing it feels like I'm describing a movie scene.
Cindy Levesque's 86-year-old father crashed his car into a body of water on Route 490 just north of Moncton. It was snowing heavily at the time, and LeBlanc lost control of his Toyota Corolla and slid down a rocky embankment into a body of water.
He couldn't get the car doors or the windows open, so he had to climb in the back of the car.
Somehow, he was able to grab a torque wrench.
And with that, he managed to bust the back window and escape. So when he got out of the car, he was in chest-deep water.
Once he climbed up the rocks, passerbys stopped to help. What makes the story even more incredible is the man from Rogersville did it all with broken bones in his neck and spine.
I don't know how he managed to crawl on his belly to get all the way up to get help because it was cold and all the rocks were, covered in snow and frozen.
Her father was in good health before the crash, Levesque says, and was still working.
At 86 years old, he walks every day. He's quite a strong man, so I think that's what probably helped him escape and get the strength to climb up that big hill.
He's gonna make a good recovery, I hope.
He'll likely be in hospital for another 2 to 4 weeks, but he remains in good spirits.
I feel like had he not been so quick to react, it could have been a very different story, and I could have gotten a very different phone call. So it's a miracle that he got out in time.
Cindy Levesque is sharing her father's story because she hopes people traveling this stretch of road will drive with caution, especially when it's wet and slushy. Derek Haggett, CTV News, near Moncton.
Thank you, Derek. What a remarkable story. And Gerard, we're just so happy to hear that he's doing well.
Yes, on the mend.
Quick thinking, yeah. Well, this story actually is kind of related. It's another person in their 80s doing remarkable things. You know, we love stories that prove that age is just a number.
Yeah.
Well, this hockey player can skate circles around players that could be his grandchildren. Wow. Check out Clayton Manisow. That's him hopping over the boards at age 85. Oh my gosh.
Wow.
Clayton lives in North Dakota where he skates with men in their 20s and 30s 3 nights a week. He skates with his 3 grandchildren whenever possible. He also lifts weights 5 times a week. Clayton grew up in a small town on the border with Canada, so he says that's where he fell in love with hockey. Look at him go!
Wow.
Whoa! Look at the young guys with him. That's when he started.
Wow.
Oh my goodness, yeah. Wild.
Oh
Just
my gosh.
quite a story.
Good on him. That's incredible.
Yeah, move or lose it, I guess. Look at his... he looks incredible. Skates way better than I do.
Oh, absolutely. For me, that's what I mean.
Yeah.
And to maintain that balance too. Wow. I'll say it once, I'll say it again. It's one thing I've learned about reporting the Lifeline for the 6 o'clock show is like movement is medicine.
It really is.
Yeah. Yes.
Wow.
There you go. Wow, 2 great stories.
And we have more stories to come. I'll have your national news headlines. Latavia is going to have the latest look too at the Thursday forecast as well. Good morning to you, Moncton. Traveling the traffic this morning on Main Street in Moncton. Nice and calm and quiet. You can see the sun is starting to rise. The details and just how warm it's going to be coming up next.
Welcome back. The time now is 7:12, taking a live look at a beautiful start to the day over in McAdam. Look at the clouds early this morning, that sunshine. You're going to see sunshine throughout your day. It is cold, though. Keep that in mind when you are heading out this morning. -5 starting off your day. Weather is brought to you by the Atlantic Lottery mobile app. It's pretty cold across the board. As of right now, -4 degrees heading out in Fredericton, -5 in St. John, New Brunswick and Moncton, -1 starting off your day in Charlottetown, with -2 in Halifax and Sydney, -4 starting off your day in Labrador City, and 3 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Taking a look at our forecast timeline, you can see here pretty clear skies starting off the day for the Maritimes, a bit of sunshine also into parts of Newfoundland. So throughout the day today, we're under this ridge of high pressure, still seeing lots of sunshine, sunny, dry conditions for the most part, but we do also have some mixed precipitation yet again. A chance of flurries for parts of Labrador and a chance of some mixed precipitation for parts of Newfoundland. For the most part, seeing a chance of showers though. Into the afternoon, much of the same. We'll continue to see clouds clear out, leaving more sunshine ahead, and then clear skies into the evening hours. Really cold night ahead as well. Keep that in mind as well. Into early Friday morning, because of that cold temperatures into tonight, it will carry into early Friday morning, and looking at a nice start to the day. If you're wondering about our forecast today for New Brunswick, lots of sunshine across the province. Starting off with a mix of sun and cloud. Clouds will clear into the afternoon, so more sunshine ahead throughout your day. Daytime highs between 3 to 6 degrees. Prince Edward Island looking at a high of 4 degrees today, mainly sunny skies and light wind across the island. Same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and cloud. Clouds will clear out, leaving a bit more sunshine ahead with highs between 4 to 7. For the rest of Nova Scotia, we are looking at sunshine for you as well. Daytime highs between 6 to 8 degrees. And then for Labrador City, a high of -1. Flurries expected throughout your day. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at showers starting off your day, that will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national, international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. An agreement has been signed among all provinces, territories, and the federal government to reduce interprovincial trade barriers. Officials say the agreement makes it easier for goods that meet the rules in one province or territory to be sold across the country without extra approvals, labeling, or testing. It says the move is a response to the U.S. trade war and will not lower standards or compromise safety, and that it applies nearly to all goods except for food, beverages, and tobacco. U.S. President Donald Trump announced he has signed the bill to allow the release of files related to convicted sex offender Jeffrey Epstein. The question remains, when can the world expect to see them, and what will actually be made public? CTV's Joy Malbin has more.
The Senate has passed the bill under unanimous consent.
For these survivors, this has been a long time coming, rejoicing after Congress voted overwhelmingly to force the Justice Department to release all its files on Jeffrey Epstein's crimes.
One of the best days of my life, to feel seen, validated, and heard.
It's been 5 administrations, almost 30 years of fighting this.
It's estimated more than 1,000 girls suffered abuse, recruited into Epstein and Ghislaine Maxwell's sex trafficking ring. Once the Epstein Act becomes law, the Justice Department has 30 days to make the files public. But President Donald Trump ordered new investigations into prominent Democrats that could delay the files from being released after the Justice Department stated no new charges or investigations were warranted. So what changed?
Information that has come for information. There's information that new information, additional information, and again, we will continue to follow the law to investigate any leads.
Trump demanded former President Bill Clinton and former Treasury Secretary Larry Summers be investigated, among others. Summers was close with Epstein, even asked him for romantic advice. The former Harvard professor now under investigation by the university.
Larry Summers has shown terrible judgment in his relationship with Mr. Epstein after it was publicly known about Mr. Epstein's criminal violations with underage girls.
Many survivors just want the truth to finally come out, asking the president for the complete release of all the Epstein files without delay or redactions.
CTV's Joy Malbin reporting in Washington. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, Crystal will have a conversation with the Salvation Army about an upcoming event. Open the City. That's coming up next.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 Minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back at 7:20. Now, the Salvation Army provides vital services for those in need, and the demand increases during the holiday season. Their famed Kettle campaign begins next month and kicks off with their flagship event called Hope in the City, which unites community leaders to support their programs and provide help for those in need. Here with more is the Salvation Army's Public Relations Officer for the Maritime Region, Wendy Woodland. Thank you so much for coming in, Wendy.
Good morning, Crystal. It's great to be here.
So tell us more about the big event on Tuesday, December 2nd.
Well, this coming Tuesday, we have a big breakfast event, actually, called Hope in the City. And it's the first time that this breakfast has taken place in Halifax since pre-pandemic.
Wow.
But it is a big event that takes place in various large centers across the country. As a matter of fact, right now, while we are sitting here, the Hope in the City breakfast is taking place in St. John's, Newfoundland. And it's a wonderful opportunity for community partners, some corporate donors, supporters of the Salvation Army to come together to kick off the season, to talk about the need, where the money is going, and hear from a motivational speaker or somebody who has been through an experience and at some point in their journey intersected with the Salvation Army, and therefore can talk about the importance of donating to the work that's done.
This year the speaker is Joe Roberts. Tell us a little bit more about him.
Oh, he's got an amazing story. He was a young man from Ontario, ended up in Vancouver, ended up in the drug scene on Skid Row, found his way to an addiction center and shelter that was run by the Salvation Army, turned his life around, went to university, became a CEO, did a lot of work around mental illness and challenges for homelessness for youth. At one point in time, he pushed a shopping cart right across the country. Push for Change was his campaign to tell his story and get support for youth and mental health issues. So now he's a motivational speaker, telling his story and sharing his story. So we're very happy to have him here for Hope in the City on Tuesday morning.
Love to be there to hear from him. I bet he has so much inspiring information to share. Okay, let's talk about the kettle campaign. You brought in a kettle. I know that the big event you spoke of kicks off the kettle campaign. How important is this fundraiser to the work that Salvation Army does?
Well, the kettle campaign actually nationally just kicked off yesterday, and they are already starting to appear in Dartmouth. They started to appear in some Dartmouth and Sackville in some stores and locations as of the 14th. But this coming weekend, we'll start to see them in Halifax. It's a huge campaign. It's the biggest fundraiser that the Salvation Army does annually. It supports families at Christmas. It also supports programs that are ongoing year-round around, food needs, homelessness, addiction shelters, many of the different programs and things that are involved. With the Army, the kettle campaign is huge.
We're seeing images of the kettles in action, and I know that the Salvation Army has kept up with the times that you can put cash in, always welcome, but there are other ways you can. Does it tapping now at most kettles?
Absolutely. I mean, you've got the little red kettle. As I said, the little red kettle has a big impact.
Yes.
If you're one of the people who still carries cash, you can donate. But a lot of them do have a tapping option that we're so used to when we're shopping these days. So you can just tap your donation and it will show up in your bank account, or salvationarmy.ca/donate. At any point in the year, you can support the work that's being done to help the most vulnerable in your community.
That's great. Yeah, that's online. So if you live in a rural area or you're not able to get out to a shop, you can do that. The people who are actually ringing the bell and shaking the kettle, are those volunteers?
Absolutely, absolutely. And that's another way that people can give back to their community if they want to get involved. Again, it's the same website, salvationarmy.ca/volunteer. If you've got a couple of hours and you'd like to be out supporting the work in that way, you can absolutely do that.
Wonderful. We're seeing some images that this is some promotional material from Salvation Army showing some of the work you do. I just want to share with our viewers, you recently moved to our region from Newfoundland for love, which is the best reason to come here. And so why is it important to you personally to give your time and energy to the Salvation Army?
Well, there are so many vulnerable people in our communities. I mean, there are neighbors, there are people going through struggles that we have no idea. And very often, people do have to make very difficult or even impossible choices. The money is tight. This year in particular, we're seeing so much happening with the rising costs of everything everywhere. And when you come into Christmas time especially, people want to be able to give their children and their families a beautiful season, and therefore they're making choices. Yeah. Do I pay the rent? Do I buy that turkey? How do I balance it all? And we want to be able to step in and help people in a dignified manner at their time of need.
Okay. Well, thanks, Wendy, so much for coming in today.
Thank you.
We put the information about the Salvation Army and the kettle campaign on our website. Now we're going to turn our attention over to Latavia.
Thanks, Crystal. We'll take another look at the 3-day forecast for New Brunswick. Sunshine across the province today with a high of 4, -7 tonight, so quite cold. On a Friday, we're looking at 4 degrees as your daytime highs, scattered flurries for the north, sunshine for the rest of the province, and then into the evening, showers and/or flurries move in. On Saturday, looking at a high of 6 degrees and lots of sunshine across the province. Same thing goes for Nova Scotia today. Sunny skies with a high of 5. On Friday, a high of 6 degrees. Sunshine for much of the province. We do have some isolated showers for Cape Breton Island. On Saturday, looking at sunshine, but also a chance of scattered showers for the province, a high of 8. Prince Edward Island's looking at 4 degrees today, mainly sunny skies. Friday, much of the same, warming up to 7, evening showers. And then on Saturday, a high of 6 with a mix of sun and cloud.
Just ahead in this half hour, Ask the Expert. It's an expensive time of year, and our partners at Allen Marshall & Associates will share advice on keeping holiday debt under control. That's coming up in 15 minutes here on CTV's Your Morning Atlantic.
we've hit the halfway mark of this show already, and it's already Thursday.
Imagine that.
Time is flying. Next week, already December. That's
next week.
Wild. Yeah, I loved my chat with Wendy Woodland from the Salvation Army. Such a lovely energy. And here's a reminder about that event next week. If you're able to go, great. Hope in the City takes place next week, and it is going to be wonderful at the Hotel Halifax. Joe Roberts has quite a story to share. It'd be wonderful to hear him speak in person. And of course, if you can't make the event, you can always go to the website and donate, or be super kind to those kettle volunteers. Even if you can't afford to put some money in the little kettle or tap, say hi and thanks, because they are really doing good work this time of year.
Absolutely.
Oh, that's a great point. I love going to a Salvation Army thrift store. That's no shock.
Me too. I was there yesterday.
What did you get? You didn't tell me.
I didn't get anything.
Oh, not
It's a great way to support, indeed. A win-win.
Yeah, well, we donated. We got some really cute homemade ornaments for the tree.
Oh, amazing.
Yeah, wonderful. Yeah, it's really cute.
I love that. Well, great organization. So what's the weather looking like today?
Pretty much the same as yesterday, but a colder start to the day. We are seeing temperatures below the freezing mark for much of the region today, but lots of sunshine for the Maritimes, and still seeing a bit of sunshine for parts of Newfoundland, but a bit of mixed precipitation as well. A chance of it, anyway.
Chance of it.
Yes.
They've got the
I know, right? It definitely does. And it is cold this morning in Charlottetown. Keep that in mind when you are heading out, -1. But we will be seeing sunshine across the island today as well, looking at mainly sunny skies throughout your day. So as I had mentioned, sunshine will take place for much of the region a little bit later on, or as the sun begins to rise. But it is cold outside, so keep that in mind. As of right now, -4 degrees in Fredericton, -5 in Moncton, -2 starting off your day in Sydney and in Halifax, -4 in Labrador City, and 3 degrees over in St. John's, Newfoundland. Over to our satellite and radar, not really much to show you. A bit of cloud coverage for parts of the Maritime region, but seeing lots of sunshine for the most part. And then for Labrador, looking at a chance of flurries throughout your day. And then parts of Newfoundland, either seeing a chance of showers or a chance of flurries. Pretty light wind over the next couple of days, really, for the Maritime region. As of right now, 30 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in North Cape, 15 in Sydney with 11 in Canso and in Bathurst. No wind gusts to report at this time. I'll have another look for you of the long-range forecast, but first, a look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you, Latavia. Part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. Faculty at St. Mary's and Mount St. Vincent are represented by CUPE. Members at both universities walked off the job in late October and ratified contracts with their employers around the same time. CUPE says members will now be paid for prep time before a course begins and for the grading period after exams end. They also made gains in salaries and job security. Sizable crowds turned out in Halifax last night to learn more about a proposed new neighborhood.
The planning for the National Urban Park. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It will never come again.
It's about 255 hectares of land envisioned as a potential site for new residential and mixed-use development to support the city's growing population.
Really what we're doing today is just looking to hear from the public on their vision, aspirations, and potentially concerns for the area as we embark on this planning process. We've already done some technical background work, so we have technical background studies that are informing the early stages of this planning process, but there's a lot more analysis to be done over the 18 to 24-month process.
The site off Highway 102 is one of 4 areas identified by the province to address housing needs in the Halifax region. City officials note the decision to approve or deny the development rests with the Minister of Growth and Development. A popular resident of a maritime zoo has passed away. Magnetic Hill says its 18-year-old male African lion, Azizi, has been euthanized after several years of declining health. The big cat arrived at the zoo in Moncton in 2009 and has been admired by millions of visitors over the years. Officials say his partner, the female Amara, will be monitored closely now that she's by herself. RCMP in Newfoundland and Labrador are asking drivers to be wary of moose on the move while traveling on provincial highways. The Mounties say they responded to 2 collisions Tuesday in western Newfoundland. And in both cases, RCMP say the vehicles sustained extensive damages, but neither driver was hurt. One of the largest mills in Maine has stopped accepting softwood lumber from New Brunswick. Woodland Pulp is the largest employer in Washington County, just across the border from New Brunswick's Charlotte County. More than 140 workers will also be laid off temporarily, all because of uncertainty around tariffs.
We stopped softwood coming in from the province so that we could understand the dynamics around the tariff.
It's bound to have an impact on a number of private woodlot owners in that region in particular.
The mill will close later this month and won't reopen again until mid-December. The city of Halifax says it plans to eliminate homeless encampments by making sure there are enough shelter and housing options available for those who need it.
What you're seeing now is a switch from our staff's primary focus being on providing emergency services to now a new focus on assertively or proactively working to connect people to housing options.
The city plans to close the remaining 2 designated encampments in the next 18 to 24 months. The city says there are roughly 45 people living outdoors in the Halifax area and 67 indoor spaces available. They believe this is the first time since the crisis began 3 years ago that shelters and supportive housing have caught up to the need. Finally, in the season of giving, a high school student from New Brunswick shows you're never too young to make a difference, and it all starts with a wish list.
I collected so many donations, so many toys, and it really inspired me. I was really touched by the response of the community and how much they reacted and decided to help out.
So she's just 16 years old. Sophie Duplessis, she's from Riverside. She started the Giving Tree Project, which helps families in need. Think of it like a digital angel tree. People can sponsor a child and donate Christmas gifts. And the inspiration came from a community engagement project at her high school, Riverview High, last year. And she's already secured sponsorships for 27 children. All parents have to do, they can apply through Facebook to share their contact information, their child's name, and what's on their wish list.
This is so sweet.
Oh,
she's 16 years old.
16. The future is bright.
Absolutely.
Great initiative.
Yeah, I think about that. I'm like, okay, that's a future leader, and like we're in good hands.
Yeah, I love that we're talking so much about fundraising for community. This is actually an example of a creative way to do that. It's not in our region though, but it is a very ambitious gingerbread creation. Check it out. This is Wes Anderson's Grand Budapest Hotel made entirely out of edible gingerbread. Now, I don't know if you've seen the movie, but it came out in 2014. This is exactly what the hotel looked like in the movie. It's made by the Duchess Bake Shop, and they debuted it at the All Is Bright Festival over the weekend. The hotel is a very impressive replica, and it is to draw attention and encourage people to donate to the Human Youth Society to collect warm clothing donations for at-risk youth this winter.
Wow.
Like, that's impressive. I'd like to see it.
I know.
I'd like to eat it.
Oh,
I don't know. It's been sitting out for a little bit.
That's true,
I don't know. With that sugar all over it, it'd still be good on the inside.
There you go.
It's the inside that counts. Reminds me, like Uptown St. John, they'll have a bunch of gingerbreads out on display for different shops uptown.
Bring it on.
Cute.
Yeah. We want to bring your attention back to the Move Morning Chat. If you're just tuning in, we would love to hear your thoughts on this. We're asking, what was your favorite toy as a kid?
Oh.
Yeah, dose of nostalgia this morning. And why was it your favorite? Explain it. We would love to hear that answer. 10400 is the number. We're checking those text messages throughout the show. And you can also just send us a text anytime, too. See what you have to say. Plus, we've reached the halfway point of the show. Lots more to come. Latavia has the latest look at weather. And also, we are asking the experts, if you're worried at all about holiday debt and how it could potentially pile up, stay tuned. We're going to get some timely tips on how to keep it all under control. And also, what to do if you overspend. Stay with us. That's coming up.
Good morning, Atlantic, Canada. Thank you so much for joining us. The time now is 7:42. We're taking a live look at a sunny start to the day over in Yarmouth. It is -2 degrees early this morning. We will be seeing temperatures warm up just a bit, remaining seasonal. So we do have a cold start to the day really right across the region. Keep that in mind when you are heading out early this morning. -9 starting off your day in Edmonton with -4 in Fredericton, -5 in both St. John, New Brunswick, and Moncton. -4 degrees also into Labrador City. And 3 degrees starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland, -2 in Halifax and into Sydney. Over to our forecast timeline. So you can see here, lots of sunshine for much of the maritime region, extending into parts of Newfoundland. And then we do have a bit of mixed precipitation tracking across parts of Newfoundland and Labrador, looking at flurries across Labrador, and a bit of mixed precipitation expected for parts of Newfoundland. Into the afternoon, much of the same is expected. Temperatures will warm up, remaining seasonal for the most part. And then into the evening hours, temperatures are really going to cool back down, becoming quite cold into the overnight hours, bringing us into early Friday morning. Another cold start to the day, but temperatures will warm up yet again, remaining seasonal. Over to our forecast today for New Brunswick. Lots of sunshine starting off the day. Clouds will clear out, leaving even more sunshine into the afternoon. Daytime highs will range from 3 to 6 degrees. Light wind expected across Prince Edward Island, mainly sunny skies with a high of 4. Same thing goes for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia. A mix of sun and cloud throughout your day today. Daytime highs between 4 to 7. For the rest of Nova Scotia, lots of sunshine for you as well, with highs between 6 to 8 degrees. And then for Labrador City, a high of -3. Looking at flurries throughout your day. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at showers starting off the day, clearing out, leaving a mix of sun and cloud into the afternoon. Friday's forecast. Into the afternoon, we will be seeing precipitation move back in for parts of the maritime region. Looking at a chance of some showers for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, and even parts of mainland Nova Scotia. And then into the evening, early morning Saturday, we are going to see flurries and periods of snow move in for Labrador, and a chance of showers for parts of Newfoundland. So that's a look at your weather forecast. Now we'll ask the experts.
We're heading into the most expensive time of the year for many people, with a lot of pressure to purchase gifts for others, on top of rising costs for winter expenses like snow tires and home heating. All of that spending can become overwhelming for many, especially if you're already dealing with debt. Here to tell us more is Amanda Sherwood, a licensed insolvency trustee with our partners at Allen Marshall and Associates, Inc. Good morning, Amanda.
Good morning. How are you?
I am great, and I'm glad we're having this conversation because it couldn't be more timely. The holidays can be a very stressful time financially. What's your best advice to help people get through the Christmas season without overspending?
I want you to sit down and take a look at your budget. We're so fast-paced, and people tend to overspend quickly because we're trying to get things done fast. But I need everyone to take a seat and take a look at your budget and see what's coming in to see what you can spend. Instead of reaching for that credit card and spending that money you don't have, we want to avoid that hangover financially in January.
That is great advice. When expenses build up, I mean, more people are reaching for credit, often out of necessity, they're reaching for credit. What advice do you have to help keep debt from getting out of control?
Right. We want to focus on your most highest interest to get those payments started immediately before your other credit card. So when you're looking at trying to avoid that debt building up too quickly, we need to start figuring out what's causing you the most interest expenses to get added each month so that we can try and maintain those debts while we get through this very expensive month, and then have a fresh new year where we figure out best debt repayment options depending on what debt you're dealing with.
Now, a lot of people do tend to wait until things are really tough before they get help. In your experience, when should somebody reach out to a licensed insolvency trustee?
When you're holding on to debt that you can't immediately get taken care of in a timely manner, you want to touch base with a licensed insolvency trustee. We're quick to get overextended without realizing the hole that you're in. So you need to make sure you kind of sit down. If you're just making minimum payments on that debt and it's still just sitting there but not lowering, let's have a chat so that we can navigate some plans in the future to get some financial control back and get some debt eliminated rather than just constantly paying out and staying below those means that you don't have.
Yeah, and I imagine you probably have a message for anybody watching right now who feels too embarrassed to reach out, or they maybe feel hopeless about their situation. What's your advice to those people?
Absolutely. That's a common theme with anyone I initially talk to. I need you to know you're not alone. So a lot of times we tend not to discuss our finances with our friends and family, but I have a feeling that if you did have that conversation, a lot of people are going to mention that they've already been to Allen Marshall and Associates and had a fresh start with them. So if you can open that conversation up, if you are feeling a little heavy, to maybe get some guidance from some family and friends if you have a chance to chat about it. Otherwise, just give our office a call. We offer free consultations to allow you to get your questions answered, to take away that fear, because people are relying on the stigmas that surround bankruptcies and proposals without really understanding what the process is and how it can help them.
Yeah, I mean, the worst somebody could do is call and you could say, well, actually, your problem's not that bad. But I imagine most people that contact you, they must be so relieved when they finally, share their problems with somebody who can help them.
Absolutely. After the conversation, that is also another common theme. They just thank you for what you've given them, that education that they just didn't know was an option and felt that they were going to lose everything they've worked so hard to build up. So knowing what options you have can just give such a sense of relief.
Well, Amanda, we really appreciate your time today. Thank you so much for this conversation.
Thanks for having me.
Amanda Sherwood is a licensed insolvency trustee with our partners at Allen Marshall & Associates, Inc. We put a link to their website on ours.
Thank you so much for that, Crystal and Amanda. Health and medical news now. A new national update from Participaction is highlighting how much or how little Canadian adults are moving their bodies. It is one of the topics in Your Health. A new report warns Canadians are not getting enough exercise. The Participaction report card says less than half of Canadian adults are meeting the guidelines for physical activity. It's a number that has been stagnant for years. The report says that physical inactivity is costing the healthcare system $3.9 billion a year. The report says even a modest 15% increase in physical activity could save nearly $1 billion each year. South of the border, the Washington State Health Department reports that a resident has been hospitalized with bird flu. It's the first reported case of bird flu in a human in the U.S. in 9 months. Officials also say the patient is infected with a strain of the virus that hasn't been seen in humans before. It's unknown how the older patient caught the virus. Health leaders are contacting people who may have been in close contact with the man to check for symptoms. Finally, roughly 15% of Canadians will report a mild case of seasonal affective disorder in their lifetime. That's according to the Canadian Psychological Association. It's a type of depression that happens during specific seasons, typically the fall and winter. And while it's relatively common, many may not know they have it.
Seasonal affective disorder is really just a feature of a major mood disorder like depression.
Clinical psychologist Craig Sawchuk says symptoms of seasonal affective disorder come and go with a change in seasons and can include feeling sad, sometimes described as feeling blah, limbs can feel heavy, there's low energy, and a tendency to want to sleep more. There may also be cravings for carbs and weight gain.
When those symptoms start to become more prominent, they start to cause problems in day-to-day living, then that's when we look at a difference between just having winter blues versus actually being a problem of clinical concern.
Sawchuk says focusing on lifestyle factors can help. Maintain a regular sleep schedule instead of being tempted to oversleep. Exercise can also help improve mood and health overall, and he says to stay connected with others. Light therapy can also help. Sawchuk says using a light box for 20 to 30 minutes when you wake up can relieve symptoms.
Now we'd like to introduce you to the Maritimers who are marking milestones today. It's a 60th anniversary for Gordon and Nancy Organ of Halifax.
Congratulations, you two. Also celebrating 6 decades together, Andrea and Jim Walker, also of Halifax. Congratulations.
Happy anniversary. It's also a 60th anniversary for Bill and Han Folkens of Pleasant Bridge, New Brunswick.
Congratulations. And celebrating 60 years together, Harold and Marie Bryand of Halifax. Congratulations.
It's also a 60th anniversary for Brenda and David Ross of Arnprior, Ontario.
Lots of Maritimers thinking of you on your special day. Celebrating 6 decades is Richard and Sandra Ching of Basin Head, Prince Edward Island. Congratulations.
Happy anniversary. To see your milestone again or find out how to submit one, visit our website by scanning the QR code on your screen. And a reminder, milestones must be received 2 weeks in advance.
Milestones, brought to you by the Berkeley Retirement Residences. Love this stage of life.
All right, we're going to have a feast thanks to our friend and co-host who's at Belleville. Oh my gosh, what do you got for us today?
Crystal, Chris Brothers doesn't disappoint when it's the holidays. I know we both love to host. I even have our donor egg rolls ready to go this morning.
I love those.
I really got ambitious, and I used Chris Brothers deli meats to make a variety of holiday appetizers, some small bites if you have friends, family over during the holidays, because that's starting now.
Well, you know what? You've really elevated things. Every time you come on, it just gets more and more fun.
It gets more and more fun. We have a lot of color, a lot of variety. I'm going to get you, while I put these donor egg rolls down, I'm going to get you to make turkey pinwheels for me.
That's these here?
That's these right here. Okay. Beautiful colors. So I've already mixed up cream cheese and dried cranberries in there for you. Yep. I'm going to get you to spread that across the green pita. It's all about color, right?
Yeah.
So spread that out, Crystal.
Okay, I'm going to go fast.
Yes, go fast.
This is segment 1 of 2.
We're cooking a lot today. We have more recipes coming up later in the show. Just using a variety of the deli meats. And you can buy these deli meats, Chris Brothers deli meats, wherever you get your groceries in Atlantic Canada. The donor egg rolls, though, are in the freezer section, and they are absolutely delicious. Spread that out, and as you're spreading it, we are going to, once that's done, we're going to top the pita with the turkey. And that's how we get that nice layer. Well, and it looks real good. There you go. That's good.
Is that good enough?
Yes, that's good enough. It doesn't have to be perfect. Yes, look. See, these are all quick and easy ideas, Crystal, which is what we love about it. Now you can probably put 4 slices of turkey there.
Okay.
I would say do about 4 slices of turkey. I'm going to put this right down.
Look at that.
Yes.
You know what? I'm going to do...
It's easy peasy. And the color looks great. Yep. So then roll it up nice and tight.
We're rolling, keeping it snug.
Keep rolling, keeping it snug. Keeping it snug.
Okay, look at this.
So what you could do after that is, if you're not going to serve it right away, roll it up tightly in some saran wrap, put it in the fridge so it'll get nice and hard, easy to cut. Or if we're going to eat it right now, we'll cut it right now, Crystal.
That is...
Look at that. Voila.
And we made it, like, I don't know how long
just like that
for you to mix it up.
Well,
just a couple seconds.
Couple seconds.
Yeah, so
look, just like that. Cut it 1.5 inches, 1 inch thick. Look at that. Easy peasy Christmas holiday party bites.
No tasting yet. Suzanne's going to come back with much more. I must know what's happening here.
Yeah.
In the meantime,
there's a lot going on.
We're going to throw things over to Latavia for a 3-day forecast.
Thanks, ladies. Taking a look at our 3-day forecast. Sunshine across New Brunswick today with a high of 4. On Friday, we are looking at the daytime high remaining at 4 degrees. We do have some sunshine from much of the province, scattered flurries for the north, and then into the evening, a chance of showers and/or flurries across the province. Saturday, sunshine with a high of 6. Nova Scotia will also be seeing sunshine across the province today with a high of 5. 6 degrees on Friday. Lots of sunshine for much of the province. We do have some isolated showers for Cape Breton Island. And then on Saturday, looking at a mix of sun and cloud, but also seeing a chance of scattered showers, a high of 8. Prince Edward Island, a high of 4 degrees today, mainly sunny skies. Sunshine continues on Friday with a high of 7. Evening showers expected. And then on Saturday, a mix of sun and cloud with a high of 6 degrees.
It's Thursday, November 20th. Today on Your Morning Atlantic, part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. Your top news headlines just ahead.
And holiday magic, Atlantic Canadian made all the way. Suzanne's in the kitchen with delicious holiday bites thanks to our partners at Chris Brothers.
Hi, and good morning to you. And if you're a viewer who commutes in the St. John area, we do have a traffic note this morning from St. John Police. They say that there's been a multi-vehicle collision on Loch Lomond Road between McDonald Street and Courtney Avenue. That's a busy area at the best of times, but that is closed to through traffic for now. So police are asking people, if that is part of your commute, to take another route this morning. We don't have any details about the crash itself or if anyone was hurt. But again, this is from St. John Police letting people know that there's a MVA at Loch Lomond Road between McDonald Street and Courtney Avenue.
News you can use, thank you.
News you can use, or if you're thinking, oh gosh, I'm running late, or where is that person today? Maybe they're being impacted by that. You never know.
Absolutely.
Okay, well that's important, especially in the St. John area. Everybody though, weather is a concern if you aren't dressed properly. You're going to be cold today.
Oh yeah. You should have those layers on. It's starting off pretty cold early this morning. Temperature is below the freezing mark for the most part. Temperatures will rise, and as you can see from our live eyes, sunshine early this morning as well. It is -2 degrees in Halifax. It will warm up to seasonal daytime highs for the most part, but it is a cold start to the day, so keep that in mind when you are getting dressed to head out. -4 degrees early this morning in Fredericton, -1 in Charlottetown, -2 degrees in Sydney, 3 starting off your day in St. John's, Newfoundland. Over to our satellite and radar. Not really much to show you, especially in the maritime region. Just a bit of cloud coverage, lots of sunshine for parts of all 3 maritime provinces. Seeing a bit of sunshine for parts of Newfoundland as well. But we do have flurries across parts of Labrador. And for Newfoundland, still seeing a bit of mixed precipitation, but a very low chance of it happening. In terms of the wind, going to remain quite light throughout the day today, even into the next few days. As of right now, 30 kilometers per hour for sustained wind in North Cape, 11 in Edmundston and Moncton, as well as into Canso, 15 in Sydney. No wind gusts to report and will remain so throughout the day. I'll have another look at your long-range forecast just ahead, but first a look at your local news headlines with Amanda.
Thanks, Latavia. Part-time faculty at 2 Halifax universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. Faculty at St. Mary's and Mount St. Vincent are represented by CUPE. Members at both universities walked off the job in late October and ratified contracts with their employers around the same time. CUPE says members will now be paid for prep time before a course begins and for the grading period after exams end. They also made gains in salaries and job security. A big crowd turned out in Halifax last night to learn more about a proposed new neighborhood.
The planning for the National Urban Park. This is a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity. It will never come again.
It's about 255 hectares of land just off Highway 102, and it's envisioned as a potential site for new residential and mixed-use development to support the city's growing population.
Really what we're doing today is just looking to hear from the public on their vision, aspirations, and potentially concerns for the area as we embark on this planning process. We've already done some technical background work, so we have technical background studies that are informing the early stages of this planning process, but there's a lot more analysis to be done over the 18 to 24-month process.
The site is one of 4 areas identified by the province to address housing needs in the Halifax region. City officials note the decision to approve or deny the development rests with the Minister of Growth and Development. A Prince Edward Island man is facing terrorism charges, which is a first for Atlantic Canada. Police say he was allegedly making firearms with a 3D printer and uttering threats. The first charge alleges the man knowingly facilitated a terrorist activity, possessing and manufacturing firearms. The second relates to possession of weapons and instructions on how to make assault rifles. 51-year-old Daniel Desmond Crowder has been charged. In New Brunswick, St. John police have charged a man with the murder of a 41-year-old man earlier this fall. A first-degree murder charge has been laid against Mackenzie Moyer for the October 20th killing of John Robert Bashara. A police news release says Moyer is a federal inmate who was on the loose at the time of the killing, although he's behind bars again. 2 other men were arrested and charged in the same case a couple of weeks ago. A lion at a maritime zoo has passed away. Magnetic Hill says this 18-year-old male African lion, Azizi, has been euthanized after several years of declining health. The big cat arrived at the zoo back in 2009 and has been admired by plenty of visitors over the years. Officials say his partner, the female Amara, will be monitored closely now that she's by herself. Today is the Transgender Day of Remembrance, a day to honor the lives of transgender, two-spirit, and non-binary individuals who have died due to anti-transgender violence. In Nova Scotia, the province is marking the day with the raising of the blue, white, and pink transgender pride flag in front of Province House. That ceremony will begin at 11:45 a.m. 54% of trans women and 63% of two-spirit individuals report having experienced physical or sexual violence due to their identity. A New Brunswick senior is in good spirits after a near-death experience.
Dad, say hi, everyone.
Hi, everyone.
On a snowy Sunday, 86-year-old Gerard LeBlanc lost control of his vehicle and his car crashed into a body of water on Route 490 just north of Moncton. He used a torque wrench to smash the back window of his car and escape, and from there he got out of the chest-deep water, climbed up rocks, and called a passerby for help. Plus, he did it all with broken bones in his neck and spine. His daughter says he was in good health before the crash, which likely helped.
I feel like had he not been so quick to react, it could have been a very different story, and I could have gotten a very different phone call. So it's a miracle that he got out in time.
And he'll continue to recover in hospital for another 2 to 4 weeks. Finally, a portrait with a complex history has become the most expensive work of modern art ever sold at an auction.
Elizabeth Lader, a portrait only at Sotheby's here in the Breuer. The Klimt, Julian, is yours. Congratulations. Congratulations.
The buyer remained anonymous, but this 6-foot-tall portrait by Austrian artist Gustav Klimt sold for more than $235 million at Sotheby's in New York. The piece was completed in 1916, but was looted by the Nazis during the Second World War and remained hidden from public view for decades.
Whoa.
Listen, I don't know much about art, but the one thing I do understand about auctions is, like, the greater the story and the lore behind it, that can really increase its price.
Yeah, it's a stunning piece, impeccable condition. I thought you were going to say 235,000, which I would have been impressed with.
No, million.
Wow.
Million.
And they're like,
0 or 2.
I'd like to remain anonymous. I wonder if there's people in the room who are like, oh, we know that's Bill. Bill has that kind of money.
Exactly.
He's always taking our home.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. All right. Well, this is totally different, but it's kind of a treat for you. A little call back to your trip to Australia. These are a couple of dogs with jobs in the land down under. There they are. No, they have neat jobs. They're 2 Springer Spaniels in Australia trained to sniff out something called D-back. It's a mold that can attack plant roots. So it's one of the big threats to biodiversity in Australia. So detecting D-back usually involves testing samples, but these 2 dogs can smell the problem before visible signs appear.
Wow.
They nip the D-back in the bud, as it were.
Smart little pups.
And they look good doing it.
And they're adorable.
I love a spaniel.
Oh,
look how cute they are.
Beautiful.
Okay.
And you know these dogs love working too.
Oh, yeah.
They love it.
Right?
Yeah, it's a win-win. So there you go. Little treat for you. You didn't see any spaniels sniffing at the D-back when you were down there, did you?
No, but I saw koalas and kangaroos. Yeah, but they very much protect their biodiversity. Yes. They're very important to them.
There you go.
Still ahead, too. We're heading back to the kitchen to see what Suzette has prepared for us. And also coming up after the break, the latest look at the Thursday forecast. We're going to take a live look at Partridge Island, far away there in St. John. Oh, we got a buffering issue, everyone. Beep, beep. See, we suffer from it.
It's not just you.
We'll be right back after this. It's 8:09.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:12. We're taking a live look at Cape Smoky. Starting off quite cold, although we are seeing sunshine early this morning. It is -1 in your area, and clouds will continue to clear out, leaving even more sunshine into your afternoon. Weather is brought to you by the Atlantic Lottery mobile app. It is a cold start to the day across the board. Keep that in mind when you are heading out early this morning. -6 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, with -1 in Charlottetown, -2 degrees in Halifax, 0 in Sydney, -4 in Labrador City, and 4 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Here's a look at our forecast timeline. Just seeing a bit of cloud coverage for parts of the maritime region, but for the most part, we are seeing sunshine throughout your day. Also seeing a bit of sunshine for parts of Newfoundland, but a bit of mixed precipitation as well. A chance of showers under flurries for parts of the province. And same thing goes for Labrador, looking at flurries for parts of the province throughout your day. Into the afternoon, much of the same. Pretty clear skies for the Maritimes remains. And then that takes us into the overnight hours. Really clear across the maritime region, but really cold as well for our lows. Taking us into early Friday morning, we are going to see another sunny start to your day with a bit of precipitation moving into the afternoon. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, starting off with a mix of sun and cloud. Clouds continue to clear out into the afternoon, leaving even more sunshine ahead. Daytime highs between 3 to 6 degrees and light wind expected across the province. Prince Edward Island, much of the same, mainly sunny skies today with a high of 4 degrees. And for Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, seeing a mix of sun and cloud today, light wind, and also daytime highs ranging from 4 to 7 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, you will also see sunshine throughout your day and highs between 6 to 8 degrees. For Labrador City, a high of -3 today with flurries throughout your day. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at showers starting off your day, that will clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. For a forecast timeline for Friday, as I had mentioned, into the afternoon, we will be seeing a chance of some showers for parts of Nova Scotia move in. And then into the evening, early Saturday morning, we do have another low pressure system bringing in mixed precipitation for Newfoundland and Labrador. That's a look at your weather forecast. We'll throw things over to Amanda for your national, international news headlines.
Thank you, Latavia. A Canadian ex-Olympian is facing new charges related to allegations of international drug trafficking. Both Canadian and U.S. law enforcement held a joint news conference in Washington detailing new allegations and increasing the reward for the arrest of Ryan Wedding. CTV's Michael Couture has more.
Ryan Wedding is a modern-day iteration of Pablo Escobar.
Law enforcement in Canada and the U.S. are calling the former Canadian Olympic snowboarder the leader of a transnational criminal enterprise. In addition to reportedly shipping truckloads of cocaine across North America, the FBI and U.S. Justice Department are now charging Ryan Wedding with 2 additional counts of witness tampering, intimidation, and money laundering.
Wedding is also accused of murdering a federal witness after he was indicted in 2024.
U.S. officials allege Wedding used semi-trucks to import 60 tons of cocaine annually into the U.S. That amount of drugs is the same weight as 40 standard cars.
He's being protected by the Sinaloa cartel, along with others in the country of Mexico.
American law enforcement has been working with the RCMP because of his links to Canada and his alleged connection to 4 murders in Ontario. It's believed his vast network includes a former Mexican law enforcement officer and money launderers from Italy and the UK.
Fugitive Ryan Wedding remains one of the top threats to Canadian public safety, and as per the previous indictment, continues to run an over $1 billion a year criminal enterprise.
While increasing the reward for his arrest to $15 million, U.S. law enforcement is asking for the public's help to find Wedding.
Please understand that he might change his hair color, his appearance, and do anything to avoid capture.
As of today, U.S. law enforcement says approximately 36 people have been indicted in connection with this case. And they warned Ryan Wedding that his days are numbered.
CTV's Michael Couture reporting in Ottawa. Prime Minister Mark Carney has arrived in the UAE, where he intends to sign a long-negotiated investment agreement. He's also expected to launch talks towards a new Canada-United Arab Emirates trade pact. An official who spoke to reporters aboard the Prime Minister's plane on background says Carney sees the Gulf as a region with a lot of partnership potential. That's because both nations have resource economies and artificial intelligence strengths. The pact would speed up commercial and assist with issues like intellectual property and labor mobility. A quick break here on Your Morning Atlantic. When we return, we're heading over to our kitchen to join our colleague Suzette and her display with Chris Brothers. That's coming up.
Move Mornings with Aaron and Peter. Weekday mornings on Move 100. The most fun in the morning. And home of the $1,000 minute. Only on Move 100 Halifax.
Welcome back. It's 8:20, and we are decking the halls with the deli meats this morning. Thanks to our partners at Chris Brothers. Susan Belliveau is here. You've outdone yourself this segment, Susan.
Oh, Crystal, I had a lot of fun last night preparing all this. But you know what? I love to host during the holidays, so this just came quite natural to me.
Okay. Want to walk us through a little bit of what you got here?
Yes, I'll walk you through, then we'll have a little project. Another project, of course. Okay, so here I have pepperoni Christmas trees.
That's this here. Okay,
and I'm using the Chris Brothers pepperoni that you see right behind it there, that you can get in your grocery store anywhere you get groceries. Yeah, and I literally just fold them over and use a nice little skewer to put them in. And do you want me to just
Yeah, I was going to say grab one and show us. Okay, and you put it
Let me grab one up
Put it on rosemary, which
put
looks
it on
gorgeous.
rosemary, which makes it really, really pretty.
Okay, flip it.
So you just kind of put them right, how would I describe that? You just kind of weave them through.
Yeah, so you fold it into kind of like a triangle shape, weave the first one through, then the next and the next, and you get something like that, which is truly beautiful. I love it, Susan.
And I just got a quick little skewer with a little gold ball on the top just to make it a bit more festive. But adding the rosemary on the bottom, shaping it like a wreath, really adds that festive flair to it, right?
And this is what we made together last segment.
We made this, yeah, about half an hour ago, the turkey pinwheels. Again, using Chris Brothers turkey. There's different kinds of flavor, just the regular deli turkey or the hickory turkey. So depending on what flavor you're going for that day, but wrap it up in a green wrap, some cranberry, really adds the festive colors, right?
The spinach wrap. Can I try it?
Good.
Absolutely. I feel like I worked hard at making
it. You should
it,
try
so
it.
I need to try it now.
Yes. No doubt, no doubt. And even with the pepperoni, with the trees, there's Chris Brothers Dijon honey mustards. There's the sweet and hot honey mustard that you can dip it in just to give it some flavor, right?
That's
Extra
really
flavor.
actually true. That's good.
Hey, I'm glad you like
up
it.
in like a minute.
Right? I strive for quick, easy, and delicious.
Low effort, high impact. We love this.
So before our next project, let's talk about, I call these candy cane skewers because of their red and white. So it's, again, the same pepperoni I used to make the Christmas trees over here. I use them again with some cherry tomatoes and bocconcini to make candy cane skewers. And I just added a little bit of basil, just again to add that festive flair, those Christmas colors.
Yeah, fun. Okay.
And then, who doesn't love egg rolls? I know Maritimers, people in Atlantic Canada, love egg rolls during the holidays.
Yeah.
So Chris Brothers and Bonte make the Donair egg rolls. They're so good. They're quick, 400 in the oven for about 15 minutes. Voila. It even comes with a little package of Donair sauce.
Yeah,
which is
like
wonderful.
a Donair on the go.
Oh, it's so good. So Crystal, now we're going to make ham crostinis.
Put me to work, girl.
Oh, yeah. So as we saw when we came to the open at the 8 o'clock hour, I was cutting up the baguette. I just lightly toasted it in the oven.
Oh, this is
We have
warm.
a bunch cut up. Oh, it's nice and cozy, just like the holidays.
Yes.
I cut up some apple slices, and I'm using Chris Brothers honey ham with this today. So here's what we're going to do, Crystal. Take a slice of the baguette here, or you can take one of those.
Yep.
We're going to use whipped cream cheese on this, just to jazz it up a bit. And just put some right there on the top. Then
I like to kind of be generous with the cream cheese.
Oh yeah. Then we're going to add an apple slice on top. Oh. Just add a nice little apple slice. And then I just take a piece of ham.
Half a piece of ham?
Half a piece of ham. Fold it over, put it on top. And then I sprinkle a bit of rosemary on there. You could do thyme as well, just to add to it. And if you're feeling fancy, you could add some of the Dijon honey mustard or the hot and sweet honey mustard, depending what your flavors, what your taste buds
This
prefer.
is open, so I mean a little bit, yeah.
Add a little bit, give it a try. And I do our Latavia and Amanda.
I got some on you.
Oh, that's okay. I have some napkins.
Yeah, okay, I'm gonna try this. This is great. It is true, a little slice of apple and cheese really takes things up a notch. And then with the ham and the sauce, this is gonna make a mess. So what I want you to do is remind our viewers where they can get this good stuff while I eat this.
So you can get Chris Brothers products anywhere you get your groceries throughout the region. But if you're looking for the Donair egg rolls, they're in the freezer section, along with the Donair bites, because I know you like those too. Another great appetizer idea for the holidays. But they have so much variety. They sell Donair meat as well. They have the pizza packages, the deli meat packages as well. And you can really jazz it up with whatever you're looking to do to entertain family and friends this season, which is wonderful. I know our crew, our control room, and our colleagues are going to be really happy with all these. They always say when I'm coming in, they say, do we have to bring lunch or breakfast this morning? I said, no, I think
never when Suzette's around.
I think you're good.
This is good. And okay, tell me more about this Dijon sauce.
Oh, it's good. You can use that on anything.
It really take this up a notch.
Well, it would be really good with those, with the pepperoni Christmas trees as well, or even with the skewers with our candy cane skewers.
Like you could drizzle it on,
well.
which would be nice. Or you could make put a little decorative dish beside it, so you could.
That's usually what I do. Yeah, that way people can pick how much they want.
Oh my gosh, yeah, and then get it a little decorative dish for this. Holy moly, Suzette, this is actually
We've
awesome.
got a lot. But look how fast we did this, Crystal.
Super fast.
And even last night, you're putting skewers together. So you think one product, two uses, which is what I love, right? I bought a couple packages of the pepperoni. I made the Christmas tree skewers, and I made the candy cane skewers. Okay. So it looks like you've done more than what you actually have.
Now that it's on my radar, I always see the Chris Brothers meat in the grocery store. Sometimes it's on sale, which is amazing. But okay, I didn't try this yet.
My husband right now is on a Chris Brothers bologna kick for breakfast sandwiches. So that's what he's doing.
Well, our families, every time you come in, every time we're still doing the piece of Chris Brothers ham with the egg in it, little cheese on the top.
That was a good one too.
Breakfast.
So now you can take that and make, all your favorite ingredients, your favorite deli meats. Take that and make Christmas bites and holiday appetizers.
Thank you, Suzette.
Oh, my pleasure.
Thank you, Chris Brothers.
Let's
Latavia. Let's turn things over to you so we can begin to eat more of these delicious treats.
I'm definitely joining you right after this. Taking a look at the 3-day forecast. Sunshine across New Brunswick. 4 degrees is your daytime high. On Friday, we will be seeing some sunshine, but also some scattered flurries to the north. A high of 4 degrees. Into the evening, a chance of showers and or flurries across the province. On Saturday, sunshine returns with a high of 6. For Nova Scotia, looking at sunshine today with a high of 5 degrees. On Friday, we will be seeing sunshine for parts of the province, but also isolated showers return for Cape Breton Island. And then on Saturday, a high of 8 degrees, seeing sunshine across much of the province, but also seeing a chance of scattered showers return. Prince Edward Island is looking at mainly sunny skies today with a high of 4, warming to 7 degrees on Friday with lots of sunshine throughout your day. Evening showers return. And then on Saturday, showers clear, leaving sunshine with a high of 6.
Still ahead this half hour, gifts for the 3 T's, toddlers, tweens, and teens. We get ideas that make that Christmas list a breeze. It's just ahead here on Your Morning Atlantic.
.30, welcome back on this Thursday morning. Shopping for the youngins. That's tricky these days.
The tweens and the teens. And just when you think you know the little ones in your life, they grow up and they want something totally different.
Yeah. Would you call your guys toddlers? I guess they're toddlers.
Yeah, they're almost 2.
Yeah.
I guess they're
Yeah, that's
toddlers. I
toddlers.
don't know what they are. They're not speaking yet, so I'm like, gifts this year? I'm like...
Yeah, they're
sort of rewrap some gifts they got for previous years. It's still wrapped, so...
They won't know.
No.
Infants.
Yeah. Babies. I don't know.
Babies.
Big babies now, I guess.
Yeah, they're so
on the
cute.
move.
Thank you.
Oh my gosh.
Pulling things off the Christmas tree right now.
Oh, they keep you busy.
Yeah.
Look at this, almost like a play set.
I know, right? It's so cute. This is a live look at Edmonton. It's cold out there, though, this morning. Keep that in mind. -9 degrees starting off your day. We do have sunshine throughout the day as well. Starting off with a mix of sun and clouds will clear out. Here's a look at the cold temperatures early this morning. -6 degrees in Fredericton with -5 over in Moncton. Early this morning, we're looking at -1 in Charlottetown with -2 degrees in Halifax, 0 in Sydney, -4 in Labrador City. Taking a look at our satellite and radar, not really much to show you early this morning. Pretty clear skies for all 3 maritime provinces. Seeing sunshine throughout your day today, and daytime highs will warm up to at least seasonal. And for Newfoundland and Labrador, seeing a bit of mixed precipitation, but quite light in this activity. Over to our current winds for the maritime region, going to remain light throughout your day. 24 kilometers per hour right now for North Cape, 11 into Moncton and Edmundston. No wind gusts to report. We'll take one last look at your weather forecast, but first, one last look at your local news with Amanda.
Thank you so much, Latavia. A new food report out this morning from Dalhousie's Agri-Food Analytics Lab is painting a stark picture of food insecurity and the rising costs of food in this country. For more on this, we bring in CTV's Scott Hurst. Scott, this latest report shows food insecurity is reaching a record high. So what do the numbers here tell us about what Canadians are facing right now?
Good morning, Amanda. What do Canadians value most right now when it comes to feeding their families, according to this report, as you mentioned, from Dalhousie University? Affordability. That tops nutrition, and that also tops taste. And so that just proves that right now, cost concerns in the grocery aisle continue to persist significantly when it comes to what we need to do to feed our families as food continues to dominate household financial concerns right across Canada, with 4 in 5 respondents to the study citing it as a top expense pressure, proving that managing budgets amid ongoing food inflation is showing cost pressures continue to impact families, with trips to the grocery store eating away at an already tight budget. Average household food spending increased slightly in the fall season. Most of the rise came from higher spending on groceries, suggesting Canadians continue to prioritize eating at home versus going out to keep the costs down, to manage those growing costs. Although another stark reminder of the affordability crisis comes down to food insecurity, with the report showing that is now topping 25%, a quarter of respondents showing many Canadians are in a very tough spot. And we've seen this play out in reports from food banks, whether they're local for your viewers there in Atlantic Canada or right across the country. More and more Canadians are not knowing where their next meal is coming from, or if they can even afford it, Amanda, after all their other bills are being paid.
Well, as you said, with the rising cost of living, I'm sure many of our viewers not shocked to hear these numbers, though they are very dramatic. Looking ahead, could there be any relief for Canadians to look forward to?
Well, Canadians are expecting food prices to continue to rise over the next year, but much more at a modest rate. So we're not anticipating those massive extremes that we have seen over the past couple of years. So hopefully not as much sticker shock when we go to the grocery aisle or when we get to the checkout and we see each item continuing to add to our bill, signaling cautious optimism that food costs may stabilize somewhat in 2026. Of course, there are significant concerns as we get later in this year when we have some big dinners we all might want to put on for family and friends when it comes to the holidays. So there is concern that costs will continue to go up, but fortunately there might be some optimism, Amanda, that we won't see those significant price increases. Of course, as we're trying to cover all the other costs we have on our day-to-day pressures, on our day-to-day expenditures. And so what it's really underscoring is that Canadians continue, when it comes to the grocery aisle specifically, are adapting their shopping habits, really looking for more bargains and deals. So expect us to continue to look for that coming into 2026 as well.
Especially as we end the year at a very expensive time. Scott, thank you so much.
Thanks, Amanda.
CTV Scott Hurst reporting live for us from our national newsroom in Toronto. In Halifax, part-time faculty at 2 universities are back at work after a nearly month-long strike at both schools. Faculty at St. Mary's and Mount St. Vincent are represented by CUPE. Members at both universities walked off the job in late October and ratified contracts with their employers around the same time. CUPE says members will now be paid for prep time before a course begins and for the grading period after exams end. They also made gains in salaries and job security. Today is the Transgender Day of Remembrance, a day to honor the lives of transgender, two-spirit, and non-binary individuals who have died due to anti-trans violence. In Nova Scotia, the province is marking the day with a raising of the transgender pride flag in front of Province House. That ceremony will begin at 11:45 a.m. According to the Government of Canada, 54% of trans women and 63% of two-spirit individuals report having experienced physical or sexual violence due to their identity. It is the season of giving, and a high school student from New Brunswick is showing you're never too young to make a difference, and sometimes all you need to start with is a wish list.
I collected so many donations, so many toys, and it really inspired me. I was really touched by the response of the community and how much they reacted and decided to help out.
16-year-old Sophie Duplessis from Riverside started the Giving Tree Project, which helps families in need. Think of it like a digital angel tree. People can sponsor a child and donate Christmas gifts. And the inspiration came from a school project at Riverview High last year. And she's already secured sponsorships for 27 children. So parents can apply through Facebook, share their contact information, their child's name, and their wish list to be a part of it. But 16-year-old Sophie making a difference in her community.
Yeah, a great
Incredible.
story.
Yeah.
Here's another way we can give back during the holidays, a reason to smile, because Tim Hortons is back with its annual Smile Cookie campaign, and this year Christmas Daddies will benefit. There we go. There's some of the Christmas Daddies crew taking their hand at making the smiles, much harder than you think. 25 locations at different Tim Hortons across Nova Scotia, in Cape Breton, 17, 7 in the Annapolis Valley, and 1 in Lunenburg. 100% of the proceeds of the proceeds of the cookies sold at those locations until Sunday will be going to Christmas Daddies. For a full list, you can go to the Tim Hortons website, which is on ours. Had a couple in the newsroom yesterday. Tried one. Delicious.
Really? Delicious.
Yeah.
It looked good.
Yum. Also, too, speaking of Christmas Daddies, the Navy divers are going to be on the show tomorrow, and they're going to be feeding us breakfast sandwiches as part of one of their multiple fundraisers for Christmas Daddies.
Okay, it's the season for giving. We love it.
All right, we're going to explore some events taking place across the region now with the community calendar. We are calling all artists in St. John, New Brunswick. You still have time to enter the Art Bank call. So the St. John Community Arts Board is looking for submissions for the 2025 Art Bank program. So they are asking for individual, emerging, or professional artists, groups, and collaborators who are residents within the city to submit their creations and to be shared within City Hall, various locations across the city, like the St. John Arts Center, Market Square, and the Public Library. So the Art Bank program will offer opportunities for the city to expand on their collection. Most mediums will be accepted as well, and priority goes to artwork from artists that haven't already been involved in the Art Bank. There we go, I put it together. All right, so the deadline for submissions is December 8th, and for the full guidelines, head over to their website. In North Milton, they are bringing creativity to the festive season. Countdown to Christmas will take place tonight at the Milton Community Hall at 6 p.m. So designer Sue Pitchforth will share creative, budget-friendly ideas and easy tips for decorating your home for the holiday season. There will also be giveaway bags for all who attend, door prizes and refreshments. So for additional information on this free event, head over to their event Facebook page. And the Portia White Gala concert is in partnership with the Dalhousie Music in Medicine. It returns in Halifax. This fantastic evening supports the Talent Trust's Portia White Special Award. So there will be performances by Talent Trust scholarship recipients, Dal Music Choirs, and the Scotianaires Chorus. So the event will be held this weekend, November 22nd, at the Maritime Conservatory of Performing Art. For additional details, head over to their website. And if you do have an upcoming event, send us all the details, yourmorningatlantic@ctv.ca.
Thanks, Latavia, for all that. Lots of fun stuff happening around the region. We're going to take a quick break here. When we're coming up next, we're going to be talking about gifts for those hard to buy for tweens and teens. Those details coming up when we return. Please stick around.
Welcome back. The time now is 8:43, taking a live look at a sunny start to the day over in Lockport. Cold, though. Keep that in mind when you are heading out. Currently -5 in your area. It is feeling quite cold across the region today. Early this morning, at least. We will be seeing temperatures rise a little bit later on. But as of right now, starting off your day, we are looking at -9 in Edmundston, -6 degrees starting off your day in Fredericton, with -1 in Charlottetown, -2 in Halifax, 0 in Sydney, 4 degrees into St. John's, Newfoundland. Over to our forecast timeline. Not much to show you for the Maritime region. A bit of cloud coverage starting off your day. Lots of sunshine early this morning and sticking around into the afternoon. Labrador seeing a chance of flurries for parts of the province. And then for Newfoundland, we're looking at a chance of showers for parts of the province early in the morning and a bit of mixed precipitation as well. Into the afternoon, we will be seeing showers clear out, leaving sunshine for parts of Newfoundland. And same thing goes for Labrador, just a few flurries remaining. As we inch towards overnight, we are going to see pretty clear skies for all 3 maritime provinces. Very cold for our lows tonight, taking us into early Friday morning, where we do have another cold start to the day, but also going to see sunshine sticking around at least until the afternoon, where we're going to see precipitation move in. For our forecast today for New Brunswick, looking at a mix of sunny clouds starting off the day. That will clear, leaving sunshine throughout the afternoon as well. Daytime highs will range from 3 to 6 degrees. A pretty light wind expected as well for all 3 maritime provinces. Prince Edward Island looking at a high of 4 degrees and mainly sunny skies across the island. For Cape Breton, eastern Nova Scotia, looking at a mix of sun and cloud today. Highs between 4 to 7 degrees. For the rest of Nova Scotia, same thing applies. We're looking at lots of sunshine throughout your day. Highs will be 6 to 8 degrees. For Labrador City, looking at a high of -3, so quite cold today. Flurries throughout your day. 8 degrees for St. John's, Newfoundland. Looking at showers starting off your day. Expected to clear, leaving a mix of sun and cloud. For our forecast on Friday, just a bit of cloud coverage starting off your day, a bit of sunshine as well for the Maritime region. Into the afternoon, we do have a chance of showers returning for parts of Nova Scotia. And then into Saturday's forecast, another cool day ahead. We are going to see a bit of cloud coverage increase into early Saturday morning with that low tracking across Newfoundland and Labrador, bringing snow and periods and chance of showers, Crystal.
Latavia, it's 8:45. Now, you might be making your way through your Christmas list, but if you're not sure what to get for the littles on your list, we might have some suggestions. We're talking about the 3 T's, toddlers, tweens, and teens. If you're a parent and need some help, our partner, parenting contributor Rachel Node, returns to help navigate this tricky season of giving. Welcome back, Rachel.
Thank you. I'm glad to be here.
We love having you here. Let's start off with the really little ones. What have you got for them?
Yeah, so when my son was a little guy, I wanted to find toys that were fun and functional, but I also wanted toys that looked great because you know they're going to end up scattered all around your living room and all the rest of your house. Can I tell you how far toys and essentials have come? I went to HomeSense. I found perfectly priced toddler toys and books and baby essentials all under one roof. But they look amazing. Like the aesthetic of it are they just contemporary, muted, light, lovely tones. I also picked up some great books that you can read to them on a snowy winter's night. But you can shop these all at your local HomeSense and you will find some amazing finds.
Yeah, some of those gifts you could actually, the toys you'd actually use as a piece on the mantle. Like they're really lovely, as you said. Okay, let's talk about some trending toys this year.
Yeah, so beauty trends aren't just for skincare and makeup anymore. They have slid into the world of slime with Gooey Gooey, brought to you by Moose Toys. Gooey Gooey is like a beauty step because kids follow 5 different trends to play and create and mix their way through 13 collectible scented slimes that come in 4 different textures. There's clear, there's gloss, there's butter, and there's cloud. Each set comes with a surprise charm and a mystery figurine. So no 2 slimes are the same. And it's like a beauty trend because it has all that ASMR goodness that tweens love. And again, Moose Toys, Gooey Gooey, it's going to be a hot one.
Oh my gosh, I know a few people on my list who would love that just for the whole surprise factor. Oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Okay, what else have you got for tweens and teens on the shopping list?
Tweens and teens can be hard to buy for, but if you want to score some major cool parent points and gift them with a Nintendo Switch, now's the perfect time. Just in time for Black Friday, you can get the Nintendo Switch plus Nintendo Switch Sports plus leg strap bundle. Nintendo Switch Sports is so fun to play. It's great for families who want to get into the action because you can kick and dunk and pitch your way through 8 different games. Soccer players will love the leg strap. It holds the Joy-Con controllers and it turns your real-life leg movements into in-game action. And right now you can get it for about $420. Save yourself about $70, and it's just great for families who want to get into the action this holiday season.
Oh, I love the little, like the leg strap. Things have really come a long way. And we heard actually on our show there was a report that video games are the top requested gift of the season.
Yeah.
All right, what about an interactive toy that brings the whole family together? I love these.
I love game nights on a snowy winter's night. And whether you're hosting family or friends and have kids of all ages, Asmodee is the world's largest board game distributor. And they have everything for every age. For toddlers, they have Spot It Classic. For tweens, we have Brick Like This. And for teens, we have Just One. You can play all these games as a duo or as a team. And they just make your holiday nights all that more memorable.
Yeah, so much fun. Great variety there. And the second most requested gift, Rachel, was time together. So you're hitting all the high notes. We love this.
I love it. Yeah, and honestly, it's the 30th anniversary of Asmodee Games. Who knew?
Who knew? Well, now we do. Well, Rachel, thank you so much for this.
Thank you. Have a great day.
That was our partner and parenting contributor, Rachel Node. It is time now to take a break. We'll be back with more of the show right after this.
The #1 morning show in Halifax. Turk, Megan, and Amateur Alex. And home to the biggest artists. Halifax's #1 hit music station. 101.3 Virgin Radio.
Welcome back. It's the time of the show where we share your texts. When we're talking about the Move Morning Chat, we're talking about your favorite toy that you used to play with when you were a kid, and you guys had a great time. I love that you're sharing your memories with us. Let's begin with James from Canso, who says, my favorite toy was the Hot Wheels Garage. This was back in 1977.
Oh,
Very
that's
cool.
Awesome.
Hot Wheels still going strong.
Oh, yeah.
Still hot.
Oh my gosh.
The wheels never cooled off.
No, they didn't.
Oh, no.
Still going. I wonder if he still has it. Karen from Dartmouth says, my favorite childhood toy was my Barbies. I play with them every day. Love my little, this is so cute, love my little case with clothes hanging on the little hangers and all the accessories, shoes, etc. I have wonderful memories of my mom sewing all my Barbie clothes on her old Singer sewing machine.
Oh, that's awesome, Karen.
I had that little case, too.
No way!
Yeah.
Oh, that's too funny. Sticking around. I looked up what the Singer sewing machine looks like. It's a beautiful
Oh, my
vintage.
grandma had 3 of them because she was a seamstress. And they're gorgeous. I told her I want them.
Yeah, never get rid of them. Coming up next from Karen, my favorite toys were the Louis Marks Johnny West set of figures. So Jane and Johnny West, General Custer, etc. There were also horses with saddles, a covered wagon, and a ranch house with a corral.
That sounds really cool.
Yeah, very fancy.
Wish I could see a picture of that.
Okay, I did look up those too, and they also looked really cool.
Yeah,
really neat stuff. All right, that was from the Wild West. And then Kim Rexton, and I'm with you, Kim. I loved cutout paper dolls. Am I ever dating myself? No, you're not, Kim.
I still like them, yeah.
Yeah, I remember the paper dolls from like Beauty and the Beast when that movie first came out.
You get the books with all the outfits and just flip them on.
Yes, I love that. Coming up next, Slinky. I'm old. That's for Sharon from River John.
It's fun for a girl and a boy. It was then, it is now.
Stood the test of time.
Indeed.
A classic, as they say. And I think that one is in the Toy Hall of Fame. Millie from Fredericton, being a kid in the 70s, the avocado green Betty Crocker Easy Bake Oven was my favorite toy, followed very closely by my Light Bright, many hours of fun.
Oh my gosh, Light Bright, so good.
Fun fact, Millie, our director Vicky, also has that Betty Crocker Easy Bake Oven and says it still works.
In fact, she made dinner with it last night.
Oh my God,
that's not true. That's not
I actually have my Easy Bake Oven too, and I burnt a lot of cookies in there.
Really?
I didn't even know you could do that.
It's only a light bulb. Wow.
Left them in too long.
But you're a good baker now, so you know what? Safe practice.
Speaking of trouble, Valerie says my favorite game was Trouble. My grandmother lived with us, and we would play it every morning after my older siblings went to school. She would always let me cheat and never said a word.
Oh, that's so sweet.
That's so sweet. Oh, yeah, just because she probably wanted to pop the Pop-O-Matic.
I was just going to say, it's so much fun. Oh, my goodness.
I think that was the original, like, de-stressing tool.
Oh, my gosh. And
watching the dice.
Oh, no, that's a good one.
So satisfying.
Oh, guess whose favorite toy this was? Mine.
Is this the fish?
This is the Fisher-Price Castle set. You can see how elaborate it is, right? Like, it has so much awesome stuff. And then there's another graphic I chose that just shows a close-up of the family. So this is the family. I'll introduce them to you quickly. The parents are Philip and Camille Kinsman, and the children are Alexis and Alexander. I loved the name Alexander as a kid, and I married a man named Alexander.
Oh.
Yes. This toy, I used to play with this even in high school. I would still play with this toy. It's just so imaginative.
It is.
It's gorgeous.
I had like the horse. I remember really having the horse, and it had that really unique hoof to it, like kind of stuck out.
It's stuck down, and if the castle set has that little like Camelot thing majiggy that goes over the horse.
Wow. Oh, yeah, whatever you call it.
A dragon. There's all kinds of like neat little things, like contraptions and trap doors and things.
That's really cool.
I'll have to bring it in.
Yeah,
you do play with it. It's pretty cool.
Oh, I love that. Oh my gosh, we could have like our own little play date.
Yeah, maybe at Christmas time. That might be kind of fun.
I love that.
Yeah. All right. Oh, we have time for the kicker, too. Sometimes kids surprise us in the best way, and here's an example of a mom and daughter proving that teamwork makes the dream work.
All right, ready? Yeah. 1, 3.
If you can't read that, it says that her daughter is a hype girl. You're strong. Aww. You're brave.
You are invincible.
You're invincible.
You are strong.
And she goes on to say at the end, you are my mother. Oh, so beautiful. So cute. Mama's doing something right over there in that household.
Glad it was caught on camera. All right, we're going to go cry. Thanks for joining us so much. We'll see you tomorrow at 6 a.m. Good morning, Finland. It's -18 there, and Santa's there year-round.
That's beautiful.
Little treat for your eyes for the end of the show.